You know what? Stop.
Right,
You seem really good at listening to everything you guys have been saying. Are you that stupid or just stop?
When the police obtain a warrant and search the crime
I think I
scene,
just did this one.
they find human bone fragments in the ashes of the bonfire.
Where'd you get out of this bucket of this?
Probably one of the worst. Seems like I'm saying. Yes.
You're upsetting me, okay?
The rest of Seth's remains are recovered where Kyle said they would be, in the murky waters of the nearby quarry. As for Mike Barber,
Crate
he's
over there.
finally tracked down, hiding out at a friend's house. Like his accomplices, he's charged with first-degree
Be
murder.
something useless. Ooh,
To
a sniper
reconstruct
rifle.
the crime and make their case,
Didn't see that one before.
prosecutors
ME2.
relied on recorded confessions as well as the cyber trail of the killers and of their victim. This was the only
Which
way
yellow
for Seth's story
dot
to be
is
told.
closest?
We basically proved
Where's that one?
Amber's
15
intent
miles.
and her
Oh my
guilt
god.
with the text messages.
And Amber had never texted
You
him
can
that
fast
night,
travel 40 miles.
that night, luring him down there.
Oh, 1 mile.
Seth would probably still be alive.
So what's the mission? Find.
Speaking of evil,
And Charlie Ely
investigate
are all
and find
convicted of
Rosebud,
first-degree
whoever that
murder
is.
and
You go.
sentenced to life in prison without parole.
Investigate and find
Mike
Rosebud.
Bargo,
Yeah.
Rosebud's
the
hideout
ringleader
is
of
somewhere
Sugar
in
Man,
the wild.
gets the death
woods.
penalty.
Somewhere.
He becomes the youngest prisoner on Florida's death row.
Wild woods in the fucking water.
Somewhere a mile.
I never imagined it would go as far as it did. You think, okay, we're just kids, there's arguing going on, it's Facebook. You know, people fight on Facebook, people get in fights all the time. You never think that would end in murder. I was somehow hoping, like some way, that he was still alive.
you leave me alone already?
That he was just, you know,
Hey, when they say that,
that Seth's just gonna walk up the road
It's
and
like-
be fine.
you hear you're sort of there to help them,
We'll never see him again.
and they're like, leave me alone.
Things will just never be the same.
I'd be tempted to trouble.
Possibly compound.
Police try to reconstruct his past. Deputy Grantham and Lieutenant Fisher are speaking to Seth's friends to see what they know. There are two more they want to question. Amber's brother Kyle and her new boyfriend Mike Bargo. Given Mike's reputation and criminal record, he has become a person of interest.
Looks like this guy could be trouble.
Police search all over Summerfield, looking for some traces of him. As his best friend William is conducting his own search.
It makes a lot of grunting
My
noises.
friend's life to be on the line. I want to find out what is going on.
Is that it up there?
Even though police haven't been able to find
No.
Mike Bargo,
It's,
William believes he can.
No, it's the one down at the behind you.
I knew Mike
Right.
Bargo and
That
Seth
one?
had problems. At this point, I thought maybe they got in a fight, an argument, and that Seth ran away. Maybe he's hiding at a friend's house. But Bargo was nowhere to be found. And then all of a sudden, I see Kyle Hoover.
Kyle was a friend of Seth's before Seth and his sister Amber's dramatic breakup.
Hey, Kyle. Where's Seth at? I've been trying to find him all day. No one seems to know where he is.
I don't know. And he was like, oh, I haven't seen him. Just stuttering like crazy. You know where Mike is?
When was the last time you
There's a crate in there.
I just knew something.
There could be useful intel
And
here.
I could see a look in his eyes like he was guilty as hell. He was covering up something. I told you I don't know anything.
Hmm? There's something in there, by the way. Look. That eye there. Hmm.
Amber.
Definitely a crate there.
Open the door, you fucking fanny.
The more I talked to people, the more I felt like something was wrong.
William keeps searching for his friend well into the night. He comes up empty-handed.
5 minutes.
The police aren't making any progress either. Until the next morning.
I didn't believe that's it.
On Tuesday,
It's enormous,
the
isn't it?
Marion County Sheriff's Office gets a phone call that blows the case wide open.
The caller is
changed my
not
weapon?
someone police have spoken to,
Triangle.
but her last name is in
Oh, right, yeah, go to the...
My name is
Tracy Wright.
then that's all
Tracy
about.
is Amber and Kyle's mother, and she's upset.
I need you
Okay.
to send an officer to my home right away
Yeah.
to speak with my son, Kyle.
You can get.
Some sort of rule deck page.
Call. Marion County Sheriff's Office sent somebody to Tracy Wright's home, where they picked up Kyle Hooper and Amber Wright. A couple Dollar Generals and pastures, roads, or it's out of town, middle of nowhere.
You just move it with the left cursor and X
skate park.
to change it.
Where's the rest
You
of
can
them?
honestly
Oh,
get
there.
yourself in trouble if you don't
Press
surround
X.
yourself with the right crowd.
Alright.
Seth Jackson is a high school sophomore, 15 years old and
No,
tall
the
for
right
his age.
stick
He's
to
good looking
pull it
and
down.
popular. William Samalot has
Just
always
fix
been
it back
Seth's
down. You
best
see
friend.
that?
We clicked instantly. We were into a lot of the same things. We both like mixed martial arts. He was a BMX.
Did you Google
we hung out
voice?
a lot, and we could count on each other. And he was his brother to me. If you needed anything in the world, he was there for you.
Here we go, come on. Come on, lad. Jesus.
Oh no, you just make it mountains out of molehill
Fucking hell.
more often than.
What are you doing? I told you to drive it out.
Oh god.
Right, drive. Hell.
He's had a reputation of being collected, really chill guy. Me and Seth
Holy shit. I think it's to the left one. That left. No, dot. No, it's not. Which one is it? Maybe it's not there, is it?
April 18th is a Monday. School day. William has plans to meet Seth later that afternoon.
Yeah, it's there.
throughout the day, I text myself,
Mile.
I get to lunch, and we still have
What's up, Butler? Yeah, Butler. You ain't get quicker on feet, to be honest.
Someone is confused by William's phone calls.
Oh! God!
They all pointed fingers at Michael Garville. They all pointed fingers back to him.
Oh, excuse me!
Killed Seth in a sudden fit of rage. Police continue their search for the alleged killer.
Oh god, he's just going Everett style.
Believes there's more to the story than that.
After everybody was interviewed, a decision was made to put all of them in a room together without any detectives and recording what they said to each other.
Unaware of their being taped, the teens revealed the outlines of Seth's murder.
You know what we're doing? We just walk down cliff faces now, do we? Look at it, this is walking down a cliff face. How's that?
Well, it's not really possible, is it? Well, it is in this game.
It becomes clear that all of us were in on the plot. We did not kill an innocent kid because of
Just don't come.
No, they are. That's the blue arrows on the map. Or that bit. You can't get down, I don't think.
Oh, there he goes.
There's one there.
No, no, well, there's one there.
Don't worry about them, but
Fuck off.
they sort of find a way of catching up.
Over the coming days, investigators will comb through the team's social media pages and phones, and what emerges is the truly horrific story of Seth's final hours. It's only confirmed what authorities already know from listening on the teams.
Oh, that's really gonna happen.
Phone records corroborate what William witnessed, that Amber contacted Seth and said she wanted to get back together with him on Sunday evening.
Been spotted. It's him fucking. Yeah. That hard kill them. Die, bitch.
Being at the intersection besides herself, Charlie, and Seth.
Did you see anyone that night after Seth left?
No, Charlie and I just went home after that.
We're out of the Ezreal's range. We're good.
You two were dating. What about the breakup? Was it rough?
It wasn't any big deal. We both decided to end it.
We need to gather any intelligence we can find.
When Lieutenant Fisher returns, he and Deputy Grantham compare notes, and they decide to press Amber on the discrepancies between her story and Charlie's.
Did you see Michael Barlow last night?
No.
Charlie says he was there last night. I mean, he might have shot Seth.
What? No, that's crazy.
He was actually contradicting everything that Charlie had said out there at
He didn't see anything wrong with this.
We just went home, like I said.
And you look at this 15-year-old kid, straight-eyed, not nervous, not giving you any indicators that she's being dishonest whatsoever.
Look, drive on land.
And they say they have no idea who the pieces of this puzzle just aren't adding up. The police aren't the only ones trying to locate Seth. His best friend William is also on a mission to find Seth.
I headed over to Amber's house.
Yeah, there's hostiles ahead.
But William encounters the two detectives who just talked to Amber themselves.
Are you both here about Seth Jackson? I'm his best friend, William Samalot.
And when they question William, police get yet another version of last night's events.
When's the last time you saw Seth?
Actually, we never headed out last night. We were hanging out.
Spot a hostile over there, I think. Yeah. Few of them. No, definitely. Triangle. You need to heal first, yeah. Look.
Is that L1?
Yeah, L1. Oh, Jesus.
It's him.
Oh no, he's slow at that.
I could hear a bit of her conversation saying about how she loved him, she wanted him. And being as close as I was to Seth, knowing
How do you way over there?
looking up old, you'd never think
I'll kill you fucking hell.
a million years, especially to your best friend.
April 18th is a Monday. Seth later that afternoon.
Throughout the day, I'm texting Seth. I get to lunch, and he still hasn't responded to me. So I try to give him a call. He doesn't answer. And I thought it was kind of weird.
William had hung out with Seth just the night before. But today, as the hours pass, Seth's silence grows more.
Ooh, nice. Nice headshot up there. Ooh, lovely. Taking care of business.
Hi, it's William.
Okay. I got signs of enemy activity.
Sonia's confused by William's phone call. She'd assumed that Seth spent the night.
And there's still more of them, like,
Now she can't find
oh, I see them, but
This is not.
just looking at the map, like,
I'm gonna look around.
oh, there's one over there, look, in the distance. Right. Pick him up. Nice, right in the face.
on duty the day the Marion County Sheriff's Office fielded an urgent call.
Gonna hit him hard! Hostiles in the area!
Change guns. Yeah. Jesus Christ! Totally surrendered. No idea. They're never anywhere helpful.
Enemy down. He's dead.
Loads of them. He does the opposite. L1 mate. It's really annoying when you're trying to heal yourself and folk are cheating on you. Ain't an arse, man. You know, sometimes he doesn't respond. Like,
Enemy down.
I think you've got the
Eyes
ball
on the
now.
CO.
Mike wasn't safe there. That's where Nick got to know him.
Go. There.
Are you absolutely certain that who you saw while you were here was Frank Marco?
Think it was him.
It's not making sense, Charlie. Help me out. Well, I don't really know what I saw. Okay, so let's start over.
Where's that yellow dot?
Back at Amber's house, Deputy
Oh,
Grantham was
oh,
getting a very
there's
different
one there, yeah.
events. Amber doesn't mention anyone else being at the intersection besides herself, Charlie, and Seth. Did you see anyone that night after Seth left?
No, Charlie and I just went home after that.
What about Seth?
You gotta go to the
What about the break?
Rosebud page.
rough?
It's
It was
R
no big deal.
R1.
We both decided to end it as
R1.
Yeah, move that
When Lieutenant
cursor
Fisher
down.
returns, He didn't
Rosebud.
get Grantham compared to us.
Over there, look.
And they decided to press Amber on the discrepancies
Read new
between
intel.
her story and
Yeah,
Charlotte's.
unread intel.
Did you see Michael Bargo last night?
And then go over there.
Charlie says he was
The
there last night.
wild
They might have shot
coast
Seth.
one over there.
Amber's actually contradicting everything that Charlie had said out there at 140th Street.
No, it's a
He didn't
satellite
see
photo
anything at all last night.
of Rosebud's
I
Bates.
just went home, like I said.
Oh.
Oh, you looking at this?
Yeah, you just have to look at it basically.
So you went there to confront him.
Yeah, you just come out of there now. Yeah, there's one over there as well. Oh god. More hostiles. Fuck's sake.
Open up!
Seth didn't fear the guy. He wasn't afraid of him.
Look at this guy.
Got that dodgy watering eye today again.
Oh,
Don't know what causes it.
I don't know.
It just, like, haven't had it for weeks. And suddenly today it's like rife. It's a mystery.
And they keep the fly spray if you can spray or not.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's true actually. Never thought of that.
Amber, who witnesses the fight, stands by her new boyfriend. And afterwards, the conflict between Seth and Michael intensifies. Why?
They started a social media group. Seth would post on Facebook, about Mike Bargo. Nobody would get back to him. Amber took Bargo's side. She was bashing Seth back.
I think it's back the way, isn't it?
Besides Mike and Amber,
Oh, there's some intel over there, yeah.
against
That's
Seth,
true.
Amber's brother Kyle.
The yellow dots behind you. Or, right there, in front of you. I think it might be, you know.
How told Seth to
Is
stop
it?
calling his name on Facebook.
But it makes no difference.
No, I don't think it is actually. No, it's 15 miles away.
Dispute escalates.
Seth got fed up with
Shit.
it and went over there to confront Mike and Amber.
Oh, the intel is in there, like. There's a crate there as well, like.
The online war
Snail credits.
made worse by
Man,
censoring betrayal. A teenager
you know what you use him for? Can't mind what you use him for. Yeah. Is that a baddie? Or no?
Ooh, nice. We're in the clear.
No check.
nothing good will come from
That's
this
it, square.
Not for anyone.
Some survivors escaped. They went to the forest northern
That's weird.
Summerfield, Florida.
Right, so
Is that it then?
that's... I've got fucking miles to go anywhere.
Amber took Bargo's side. She was bashing
50.
Seth.
Yeah, that's
Seth got back to
14.
40k.
Besides Mike and
One
Amber,
up there, what's
there's
that?
another team squaring off against
No,
Seth.
it's only 400
Amber's
meters.
brother Kyle. When the feud
Head for that one
between
up,
Seth and
up there in the
Amber,
trees. Look.
Kyle defends
Oh, yeah.
his sister.
How told Seth to stop calling his sister names on
Lesbian
Facebook.
treasures are really...
No, I shouldn't have equipped it.
Instead,
I thought they looked quite funny. Like.
Got fed up with it. Went over there to confront Mike and Amber.
What?
You actually went to Amber's house? There on the road?
These kind of boots.
Yeah, right.
the online war of words, made worse by Seth's feeling of betrayal, pushes the teenager to the breaking point. He lashes out with a threat.
Oh, I heard it.
Two breakfasts.
Don't be greedy now, Big H. One's enough. Shot him in the arse. Lovely. Lovely.
Nothing good comes from that fear. Not for anyone.
Oh, whoa. Fucking miles on here. Let's fucking take. Right, okay. 50K. Need tactical.
Summerfield, Florida, April 2011. The mystery of Seth Jackson's disappearance
A
deepens
wee handgun.
as police
A wee
try to
handgun.
reconstruct his
Protocol to
facts.
restore your entire world.
Deputy
Use.
Brent
Oh yeah,
and
I've
Fisher
done
are
that.
speaking to Seth's friends to see what
Right,
they'll know.
I'm lost here now.
There are two more they want to question. Amber's brother
What
Kyle
is in here?
and her new boyfriend Mike Bargo. Given Mike's reputation and criminal
Not that
record,
one.
he has become
That
a
one?
person of interest.
Looks like this guy could be trouble.
I'm not gauging it on the map here.
Police search all over Summerfield, looking for some trace of Seth.
I thought it was up in the trees, wasn't it? Well, it looked like it was,
His
anyway.
friend William
Over there.
is conducting his
Oh,
own search.
yeah, I'm 14. And that's, yeah, where's it gone?
Yeah.
Even though police haven't been able to find
You
Mike
must,
Bargo,
you must sort of be on it. There's a case of, it was a crate over there.
I knew I
Just
Bargo
spotted.
and Seth had problems. At this point, I thought maybe they got in a fight, an
Oh,
argument,
wait, right.
and that Seth ran away. Maybe he's hiding out
Oh, aye.
at his house.
right?
Oh, it's a person, yeah.
In fact, the most important clues to reconstructing Seth's disappearance are digital. As the deputy discovers, before he went missing, Seth was online constantly with his friends. Their social media pages contain an intimate record of their lives and relationships.
Hello.
Hello.
Seth and Amber started dating.
Her sex, man.
Chill out, okay?
and as
Hey,
the
come here.
relationship played
Don't
out on
shoot!
social
I
media,
surrender. Please don't shoot.
Relax. I'm here to help.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were one of them.
I thought there were two of you out here.
There were. I mean, we managed to escape, but it was all too much. I decided to hide, but my friend, she couldn't take it anymore. She went after the wolves herself.
That's a good way to get killed.
I remember Seth
She didn't
saying
care.
how pretty
She figured it was a lost cause anyway.
He wanted to
Can you help her?
be with her
Please?
forever.
She was headed to Lake Bulkington. Please find her and save her.
I'll see what I can do. Thanks for having my back.
Oh, no way.
A really happy couple.
but their relationship wouldn't last.
Fuck all.
Investigators are
Rosebuds
starting to
hideout.
wonder if there might
Rosebuds
be a link
base.
between
Rosebuds
Michael's
hideout.
breakup
What the
and
fuck
Seth's
is what we're here for
disappearance.
now then?
No, like
Deputy
2
Grantham heads first to
2
the
miles.
home of Seth's ex-girlfriend.
I'm Deputy Grantham. You are? Amber, right?
Seth Jackson's parents had a company since last night. He wasn't at school, so I'm trying to track him down. Do you have any idea where he might be?
Yeah, I actually saw
Like,
Seth
you're
last
not
night
even
in the
down
neighborhood.
there, so-
We hung out for a bit on the corner. She was there too.
There's a picture.
You'd be surprised if he managed to
Charlie is
scale
18
up.
and
Jump
out of
in.
school.
Cliff face, yeah.
But recently, she and Amber have become good friends.
Deputy Grantham interviewed Amber. She told him that she had been at Southeast 140th Street at the intersection of 58th Court and seen Seth over there having an argument on his cell phone with his mother.
He was texting his mom, and I could tell he was upset. So when he left, I just assumed he went home.
Since Charlie also claims to have seen Seth the previous night, the deputy now has two witnesses to interview.
In conducting interviews, we like to separate the parties together to individual stories and get the truth.
Deputy Grantham calls for backup, and Lieutenant Todd Fisher responds.
Deputy Grantham called me with pretty much a synopsis of what he had already discovered.
We take Charlie up to the intersection. Me or you go there. And we'll come back together, like I said. You got it.
What down it? Bloody hell. He defies gravity, doesn't he? It's like, Hostile.
Okay, boys, let's get him.
Get on your ghost lead.
All clear here.
Get on your ghost lead.
Tonight on Frontline, the epic story of football's concussion crisis. These players come down with dementia and Alzheimer's, and then they're gone. A major frontline investigation of what the NFL knew and when it knew it. The
That one there to the left.
was just profound.
That one? Oh, that's that one. 2 miles.
That we withheld any information or misled the players.
You gotta get up there.
Just come down from there.
Well, there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What causes the abnormalities?
A decades-long battle between scientists, players,
Another one of these cliffs. Mine yesterday. Jesus. Needed the helicopter. Stopped doing in the end.
next, League of Deloitte, the NFL's concussion crisis.
No way getting up there. No way. Fucking hell.
Go mad, so just come over and fucking down from there, then you can. Come on, go mad.
Let me walk around, I don't know. It says Rosebud's hideout somewhere on the wild coast. So maybe you can go around, like, I don't know. Definitely can't go up. That's for sure. I'll just head down there. You should be able to get up now. Maybe. Yeah, head down there, yeah.
Perfectly into the way they saw their own life and what they had to do in order to survive.
Hostiles to the right, I think. They're not engaging us, don't they?
Player in the Steel City and the player in that era that for me was the greatest thing.
There's only way to go somewhere.
He's just in every play.
Just hope it's near way up.
I just loved watching him play. And Mike's favorite games were the ones that were cold,
Yeah, no,
and snowy,
not that one.
and frigid.
The one that's
and
two
you could get up there with
miles,
short
that one.
sleeves. And the dirtier and muddier it got, made things better.
Yep.
Then, 11 years after he retired, the people of Pittsburgh received some bad news.
Oh, fuck off.
The news that day would start a chain of events that would threaten to forever change the way Americans see the game of football.
Oh, good. Helicopter.
Webster's body was delivered to the Allegheny County Coroner's Office.
Gone.
Webster ends up in the autopsy room.
Gone.
The pathologist who's on call that day is this guy, Bennett Amalo.
Amalo parked his car and walked into the office. And he said, "What's going on?"
Oh no.
One of his colleagues said, "It's Mike Webster."
Oh no, you wouldn't know.
Autopsy room. And Amalo's response was, "Who's Mike Webster?"
You'll drag it.
Who is this guy? Who doesn't know Mike Webster?
Hostiles over there, like.
He's a Nigerian-born, incredibly well-educated.
One hostile.
He doesn't know anything about football.
A doctor, Amalo was also a trained neuropathologist.
Nice shot, boss.
From the beginning of the autopsy, Dr. Amalo could see the effects of 17 years in the football wars.
Some intel there as well. Telecom.
He looked. He looked worn out. He looked drained.
Sure. The other side,
I have not been told his age. I always say he looked like 70.
Amalo started at the feet and worked his way up.
I know it's. Controls can be a bit.
And they were incredibly painful, and so Webster
It's probably not important. Nah. It's only important if it's yellow. You know what I mean? You make it quite difficult for you to reach these places like up great mountains. It's like, how the fuck do you get up?
The skin on his forehead goes underneath the shelf of scar tissue.
Truck there?
Some sort of truck, but and you were near the yellow one we want.
Webster's death certificate.
Yeah, that's it there, yeah. No, maybe you can't get up there.
In my mind,
Yeah, try and get it. Yeah, try and get up there.
brain will look like based on my education. I was expecting to see a brain.
Oh, that looks a bit more promising.
Alzheimer's disease features. So a shriveled, ugly looking thing. But upon opening his skull, Mike's brain looked normal.
He didn't understand why that would be, but he became more and more curious. It became sort of like his little private mission.
Dr. Amano wanted to fix the brain, preserve it in a chemical bath for further study.
I said, let me fix this brain. Let me spend time with this brain. There's something doesn't match. And I remember the technician challenged me, said, what are you fixing this brain for? That brain is normal. Amalo becomes very firm in that moment and he says, fix the brain. I want you to fix the brain.
Shit out there.
What Amano could not see was that hidden inside Webster's brain was evidence
perfect.
of a chronic disease.
Nice.
And that decision would change the NFL.
Oh,
because
dead body
if Webster's
found.
brain had not been examined, I don't honestly think that we would be able to.
Oh, jeez.
Steve Fainaru and his brother Mark Fainaru-Wada are investigative reporters. Steve has a Pulitzer Prize for reporting in Iraq. Mark broke the Barry Bonds steroid story. For Frontline, ESPN, and in their own book, they've been investigating how the NFL has handled evidence that football may be destroying the brains of NFL players.
I think in the simplest form, one major piece of our reporting just revolves around the simple question of why the NFL know and when they know.
But the NFL would not cooperate with the Fainaru brothers, nor would it talk to Frontline.
We went to New York to meet with them and say, look, this is what we're doing. We'd like you to participate. We'd like you to make available these various people. And the NFL's message was sorry, we're not going to.
But they continue to report the story, beginning with Mike Webster's career in the NFL.
There's almost a Darwinian quality about the NFL. Webster wanted to prove to the world that he was going to be the toughest.
And he did anything that he possibly could to do that.
Webster's Sunday afternoons were spent on the line of scrimmage. Brutal territory known as the pit.
When you have the violence in him, you can start into the player. Every guy is a fighter.
Webster's favorite weapon was his head.
The guy would hit you with his head first. And with that head would pop you, and then he'd lift on your shoulders, and then get it up in the air. Once you hit full speed, and you're moving backwards, and he hits you, you're down. If he would fire off the ball, he's coming to block me. And if I'm not ready for him, he's going to pancake me. He's going to hurt me.
Hall of Fame linebacker for the New York Giants, Larry Carson, went to war with Mike Webster.
And so I have to meet force. All of my power is coming
No,
from
I see
the
it.
big rear end of my big guns.
I hate them things.
And I hit him in the face. I have to stun him. Get my hands on him. Fall off when I see him.
Yeah, take it out like.
I hit him in the face. His head is going back. He's going forward.
Hate moving targets
All
though.
of a sudden his head is going back and he's green. And he's hitting him on the inside.
One has to expect that almost
It was bound to happen at some point.
game we're going to bang our heads against each other. That's the nature of me. Those things seem to happen
On the
He's down as well. 20,000
they do come strong when they spot you like.
The second is dead. Just go to designated radio operator.
You have to survive. So you learn the methods to survive and be the best at surviving and let the learn. Makes you put your grasp on getting serious for you.
Blaster keeps moving. It's one of the fucking machine things. Pretty well guarded, isn't it? Yeah, weapons. Not the greatest, like. That's it. That's them all.
In 1991, Mike Webster left football. Soon, he and his family would come to believe those hits to the head had taken a devastating toll.
Mike wasn't Mike. He was angrier
Well, there's
than before. And didn't have the patience to
intel
have,
over there
you know,
to
the
the
kids
left
on his
then,
lap,
or
or
behind
take a
you.
walk with the kids. Like he didn't have that stamina physically.
Yeah, up there.
Over the years, he became increasingly confused.
He would forget, which way it was to go home. He broke down in tears.
It's probably nothing like that. You gotta like check it out
He couldn't keep it
in case it is something.
At home, there were bouts of rage.
He took a knife and slashed all the
Yeah,
football pictures. They were all destroyed and gone and broken glass, and they were all down, you know, and it wasn't Mike.
They've been college sweethearts. 27 years and 4 children
Isn't
later.
there something here like
Michael and Webster's marriage.
yeah, like one
We didn't understand
1
what
mile.
was happening. You're just trying to get by in this storm. I mean, your money's gone, your pride's gone, our bills are all.
I don't know why that place was heavily guarded. Like.
Security is gone. All those parameters
I
are
know.
removed, so everything's crumbling.
I thought
Once
that
one of Pittsburgh's
was
greatest football heroes,
target like
Webster began living out of a
that could have been avoided all that really. Just
and it would be
bypass it.
freezing, and you'd just be sitting there just looking miserable. So yeah, the worst thing is I'm actually getting to the point where sometimes, or if I don't have my medicine, he said I'm cold and I don't realize that I can fix it by putting my jacket on.
Webster was often unable to sleep.
He had a lot of pain, and he hadn't slept for days till he asked me, said, son, when he tased me, I'm like, what does that mean? So he pulls out the stun gun and goes, I'm like, Mike, that's not healthy. He said, but I haven't slept nothing. He said, all you gotta do is press me right here. I'm like, okay.
Vehicles.
Vehiculars.
The story of Webster's decline was revealed on ESPN and then the local newspapers.
I can hear it. It's coming.
I think he was embarrassed. He was a leader on the team, and he was Mike Webster, and then to be down to a place of poverty, a place where, you know, your brain can't function to finish a sentence, without some help from Ritalin or whatever you need to function for a short period of time.
For Iron Mike, TV interviews became impossible.
You know what I'm talking about? No, I'm just trying to find, yeah, we try everything what you're trying to kid. I'm not a kid, I'm different than that. I'm just saying, the things we do to one another, okay,
Police gonna ease wrong.
I can't say it the way I want to say it. I could answer this real easy at other time, but right now I'm just trying to.
Get it.
Maybe the saddest I ever heard him say was when someone saw my dad and aren't you Mike Webster? He said I used to be.
Something
I
there,
think that was really hard because
top of that hill,
he wasn't the same person.
some sort of structure up there.
It was like
Yeah,
a
go on the
picture
back.
just shattered into a million pieces.
Nearly broke, homeless, and losing his mind, Webster decided football had hurt him, and the NFL was going to pay for it. In 1997, he went to see a lawyer.
The thing that struck me the most was how intelligent Mike was. And the problem was that he just couldn't continue those thought patterns for longer than a 30-second period or a minute or 2 minutes. He would just go off on the tangents at that point. It was pretty obvious, actually, the first interview that he had some kind of cognitive impairment.
Attorney Bob Fitzsimmons grew up a disability
Never knew about all going up there.
Well, it depends what time he's fucking involved in, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
As a result of his 17-year career in the NFL.
Fitzsimmons pulled together Webster's complicated medical history.
So I took a line of records, got 4 doctors together, 4 separate doctors, all asking them, does he have a permanent disability that's cognitive and is it related to football?
It's only 700 meters.
For disability contained over 100 pages, and the definitive diagnosis of his doctors. Football had caused Webster's dementia. His claim for disability was filed with the National Football League's retirement board.
The disability committee is part of the NFL. The head of the disability committee is
Oh, music. That usually means
very much a creature of the NFL.
hostiles in the vicinity.
Aesthetics.
Yeah.
We were finding exactly. It's just a common sense of, you know, here's this guy looking at it. You know, he played for nearly 20 years in a brutal and punishing sport. And, you know, this is what's going on. Why did you
sneak over there, is it?
What possible motive?
The league had its own doctor review Webster's case.
The NFL had not only hired an investigator to look into this, they also
Annoying.
hired
There's a boat there. There is.
their own
It's behind you.
Dr. Westbrook concurs with everything that the 4 other doctors have found and agrees that absolutely there's no question that Mike Webster's injuries
Also, it's to your right.
related and that he appears to have significant cognitive issues, brain damage as a result of having cancer.
3 of them.
The NFL Retirement Board had no choice. They granted Webster monthly disability payments.
But Mr. Webster is currently totally and permanently disabled.
And buried in
No, they're away
documents,
again.
a stunning admission by the league's board.
Sometimes it's better not to engage. You know what I mean?
That his disability is the result of head injuries he suffered as a football player.
It can lead to a huge firefight in the end, you know.
Trauma to the head in football.
3 become 30.
Cause a permanent disabling injury to the brain.
The admission would not be made public until years later, when it was discovered by the funeral brothers.
And that was a dramatic admission back in 2000. And in fact, when you talk about that later with Fitzsimmons, he described that as the sort of proverbial smoking gun.
It was all in writing. The NFL's own retirement board linked playing football and dementia. At the time, it was something the league would not admit publicly. And Webster felt he'd never received the acknowledgement that his years in the NFL had caused his problems.
Right,
Mike would call this his greatest battle. He'd say it was like David and Goliath over and over because it was. He was taking on something that was bigger than him. He took on this battle for the right reasons. He was the right person to do it. Unfortunately, it cost us everything.
Yeah, alright. Speak to her. That's it.
Just 2 years later, in 2002.
What's the mission?
Hello there.
Leave me alone.
X.
Get back! I'm not afraid to kill you.
Jesus, calm
Calm
down.
down now.
I know,
You're not
what
gonna
are you
hurt
kill me
you.
with?
I'm here to save you.
Hey, I can't run from these people anymore. Someone has to stop them.
Yeah, and that someone is me. These people are dangerous. Leave this to a professional.
Fine. I don't know what I'm doing anyway, but you have to stop Rosebud. You have to kill her.
Any idea where I can find her?
She had us cornered, and she knew it. So she took her time, that sick bitch. She went back to her camp. It's northwest of the lake, I guess, to resupply, but she'll be back soon. You can count on that.
Good. Then I'll be waiting for her. Now run back and find your friend. The 2 of you head to Air 1. You'll be safe there.
What are you going to do?
You can finish this. Appreciate your help. What the fuck we got here?
Oh shit, wait. No!
What's that?
Football. It's not
Stop
just
playing in it.
players. It became an entertainment show.
Oh, what a pain in the arse. Oh, great. Means I can't fast travel or nothing until that fucking gone. Helicopter now.
I describe it as the moment of impact, the moment when you actually have to go tackle somebody. It's really a game of will.
The actual Monday Night Football is your bonus here today. It became pretty
Oh no. I'm gonna have to take a bastard thing. Oh my god! What is he doing? Oh no, that's ridiculous, isn't it? Change my fucking weapon.
Yeah.
NFL
Yeah, better
films
gun than that.
captures
Just take
the
the
essence of football itself,
no idea.
that tension between the violence and the beauty.
In the pit, there is more violence per square foot than anywhere else in sport.
Another big bad boy. 100.
The sense of football as something powerful and elemental and mythic and
Fucker. There we go. That's better. Here's my stupid team
fight to doctors at every time to get into
Rally on my position.
Players deceive coaches on the sidelines when they were injured and run back into a game.
the inspiration for the movie sports agent Jerry Maguire. Steinberg was a powerhouse alongside the new
Shit, I've got no fucking bullets. Oh, the recoil on this thing is fucking ridiculous. Try to blow that fucking thing up. Oh, you're doing it, right?
1994 during the NFC Championship.
Fuck is off. Who's off, shot? The fucking pro bastard. I hate them fucking things. Oh no?
It's this
Right.
sort of surreal scene where the
Stop
city
there.
is celebrating, and the quarterback who won the game is in
All
the
right.
hospital with his agent.
He looked at me and he said, "Lee, where am I?" And I said, "Well, you're in the hospital." And he said, "Well, I'm here." And I said, "You can suffer a concussion." And he said, "Well, who did I play?" And I said, "49ers." And he said, "Did we win?" "Yes, you won." "Did I play well?" "Yes, you played well." What does that, and so, what's that mean? And we should go to sleep. 5 minutes later, they're sitting there, and they continue to hang out, and Hickman suddenly turns to Stolber and says,
The old sniper rifle here. Pick that bastard off in the tower.
They'd had 5 minutes earlier.
Is that the one that...
Yeah, I thought he was joking.
No,
So went through the
no
same
bullets.
sequence of answers again. And his face brightened, and we celebrated again. Maybe 10
Top
minutes.
50 is the best one, I think.
And he looked at me with
That's
the same puzzled expression and asked the same sequence of questions. It terrified me
Change my
to see how candor bond was between sentient consciousness
Lovely shot.
and potential dimension confusion.
Fucking fly just hit me again, bastard.
49ers quarterback Steve Young was another one of these guys.
Yeah. The hell was that? Oh, it wasn't one of my teammates did that.
There he is, he's up, that's a good sign. What I like is he wants to get up off the ground. Look at this.
There's no point really. Kill them easier maybe, but...
Thinking as walk the sidelines. This is not good.
Should investigate.
Anything to happen.
It was Young's seventh concussion.
That's a sight we thought would be impossible. Steve Young, apparently knocked out cold, walks off the field.
He would never play again.
If my knee is hurt, everyone knows it and I know it. And we can go deal with it.
No sign of threat.
There's only one place in your body that you really don't understand. And that people always say the brain is the last frontier.
Who is that?
No sign of threat recognition.
Might be a drone actually.
The damage was occurring every week.
Is there?
And I had people who were being cared for. And I intuitively knew that this was not just a football issue. It was happening to football players in the pros, it was happening in college, it was happening in high school, it was happening to every player at every collision sport. So not only was it an issue for my clients, it was a huge societal issue.
Oh, nasty oxygen suppressor. Dead body found. Oh, great. Yeah, exactly.
By the mid-90s, the concussion crisis had made its way to NFL headquarters on Park Avenue in New York City.
Oh no. Don't even know I'm looking for here either.
Orchestrated the league's response. Diego had begun his career as a lawyer.
People have suggested strongly to me that he picked up a lot of techniques about how
Oh, a skill point, that's good.
and things that could turn out to be
They come, they
and
do
you
that.
don't always have the strategy.
Great. All out assault.
Because the first time you ever lose, you open up the floodgates.
The hell is that? That machine hanged up there.
Once calling the controversy the result of
I wouldn't kill the
I think it's journalism issues, right? The number is what is
Sure.
He's ready to fire. Sniper's about to shoot at us.
Well, I know exactly.
Give it to him!
Copy that, boss.
Fucking hell! Take some killing. Oh no, Jesus. Head to toe. Like, I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. They're fucking useless. I hope you're expecting me to help out. No, he's down as well, fuck's sake.
Sniper's about to engage us.
Because his helmet.
Visual on the sniper. He's ready. And it's hit.
Than any particular institution in the country at the time.
Yeah, that trousers are a bit dodgy. Turn around, you bastard! Fucking cunt! Unbelievable.
If you're going to put together a blue ribbon committee to study brain trauma, it should have as its chair somebody
Got a sniper ready to engage us.
biologist, neurosurgeon, neuropathologist, preferably clinician.
Open it then, you tube! Honestly. I know, I never know where the firing's coming from.
Sniper about to engage.
I know.
Sniper, he's ready to fire.
Oh my god, honestly, they are. They're a useless bunch. Like.
The committee began writing a series of scientific papers. And in 2003, the first of them published in the journal Neurosurgery.
Got a sniper ready to shoot.
Initial studies finding and found were notorious.
A sniper's about to fire.
Telling you over and over and over.
He's telling me.
No.
We're not yelling about it.
Hitting the gun quickly.
Sniper's about to fire on us.
There's no relationship. The Joker's done.
Badger's dead. We got him in here.
Get up there.
I got this.
Got a sniper ready to shoot.
Get up in fire.
Got a sniper ready to engage us.
Oh, shut up. Oh no.
Sniper's about to shoot at us.
Ready to rock.
No, no.
Get man down. Way to get it done. Incoming sniper fire. Down. The sniper's about to fire.
Shit, I'm about to get up there. Oh, there's a lot of it.
Hold down. Got a sniper ready to shoot down.
Whatever is on here is
Get up.
He took his concerns to the journal's editor-in-chief, Dr. Michael Apuzzo. Apuzzo was also a consultant for the New York Giants.
I said that I really think this data is flawed. I really think it shouldn't be published. He's the one that made the decision to publish papers, no matter whether the reviewers felt they should be
You go in there
published or
like.
not. No matter whether the section editor felt they should be published or not.
So my team's down. Oh no, God's sake. They're not very helpful to me.
Sniper, he's ready to fire.
Oh no, they're still saying the same thing.
Sniper, he's ready to fire.
Oh no, it's not even a sniper.
Sniper's about to shoot at us.
Sniper's about to fire on us.
Shit. Sniper set to fire.
Hold there.
Someone else come shooting up to another one of those machine things.
Sniper about to engage.
I see it. Bastard. I'll try and hit it in the red dot. Mine.
Oh, yeah.
The eye. Bastard. Oh my god, honestly. Still fucking firing though. Surely that's it. It's still firing. Bloody hell.
Got a sniper ready to engage us.
Oh, what is this fucking idiot doing? What an asshole! I know. He may as well, you know what I mean? Jesus. I don't know why he does that. Switches to a handgun. I mean, what sort of retard does that? Yeah. It's just like,
Got a sniper ready to shoot.
oh my god. Between that thing trying to kill me What shot that was? Fuck off. Bastard. I don't know. Honestly don't know. Jesus Christ. I mean, what the fuck? How are you meant to kill that thing? I know, you got no grenade launcher.
Permanent brain damage.
Certainly, we knew that if you got hit on the head,
It's the only thing, really. It works.
chance of having
Tried shooting it in the eye and it working this time. Like,
but we didn't really relate that in the modern story.
how'd you like that? How'd you like that? Of course, my team's standing about watching as usual. Like, unbelievable. Yeah, the.
Got a sniper ready to engage us.
What? I don't know why you keep saying that.
Sniper's about to fire on us.
Where is the sniper? I thought I'd take the sniper out. Is there another one? They're way up there somewhere.
Sniper's about to engage us.
Fucking trees in the way.
Cover! The sniper's gonna shoot!
So, thanks a lot, team, for your help.
After missiles, I mean, like a nuclear missile strike on a guy's reputation.
No, I kind of lost trouble.
In the end,
What? Another sniper? Yeah, I'm out. I'm checking that.
and Dr. Romano received his brain.
We have another case for you.
Right.
Is that what are you talking about? Said, oh, Perry Long died. I'm like,
Check. Still saying it. Like,
oh, he's another.
I'm not in a fight.
Long was an offensive lineman with the Steelers for 8 years. He battled in the pit alongside Mike Webster.
He, like Webster, his life had sort of fallen apart in a
It's
lot
just
of
irritating.
ways. He had issues certainly during his career.
He was a steroid user. He had been involved in some serious financial problems.
And so ultimately,
Okay. Help was gay, but
As he had for Webster, Dr. Romano sectioned part of Long's brain and again
expect
added
from
stain.
going on, don't you?
He ran the same test.
Then you want to get
Same
out.
stain on the same splotches.
What fluid?
CTE in his brain.
Seriously.
Now, two former Steelers who had gone crazy about the same time.
When I saw Carolina's too.
Why is that red circle still there when there's no hostiles? It's like, hello?
I became more convinced that this was not just an anomaly. Just a anomaly.
Romano submitted another paper.
There's no threat to me, though.
This one about Terry.
Nobody in my vicinity.
To be our committee to say this is preposterous. This is not good science. This is
Oh,
this is still not something that we're buying into.
If you read Calvin make statements like what I practice is not medicine, it's not science. They insinuated I was not practicing medicine, I was practicing food.
Imbecile. There's only a boat around here somewhere. Get the fuck out of here.
One night, in a private meeting, he brought his CTE slides and finally got face to face with one of the NFL's doctors.
Finally.
Do you know the implications of what you're doing? I looked through my letter and said, yeah, I think I do. Said, no, you don't. So we continued talking. At some point, he interrupted me again. Bennett,
Jesus, speak English, man.
the implications of what you're doing?
Weird fucking accent or whatever you fucking call it. Where the hell it is?
And then the third time he interrupted me, and I'm talking to him and said,
What?
why don't you tell me what the implications are? I said, okay, I'll tell you. He said,
over here somewhere.
10% of mothers in this country would begin to perceive football as a dangerous sport. That is the end of football.
The fucking man over there.
For the most part, people didn't want to believe it's true. They didn't want to admit to themselves or anybody else that
I'm looking for the yellow dot.
Could end up with brain damage. I didn't want to admit it to myself either. It was a hard message, a difficult message, a bad message, but it appeared to be true.
It's gonna be up here, surely.
Southern part of
Oh, yeah.
New York, Sterling Province.
A change in the NFL's top leadership.
On the coast.
Commissioner is a changing of the guard at the national.
Yeah, that's nice and close, eh?
September of 2006, Commissioner Paul
Nah,
Tagliabue
the
stepped down.
bus travel point's right next to it. Looks to be about an inch from it.
His second in command and closest aide, Roger Goodell, took over.
But you have to wait ages,
Goodell
of
had
course,
grown up in Washington,
for it to
son of a
load.
United States Senator from New York. Early in his career, he worked as far
Oh, no.
as the People's driver.
He could have a little sneeze actually
got his job by writing
in between
to
load
the
times and this
commissioner.
thing. It's
Saying,
really
"Please,
odd.
I'd like to work in the NFL."
It took Goodell 24 years to work his way to the top. He was chief operating officer when the league's scientific committee sent those controversial papers to the journal Neurosurgery.
This guy
Come
spent around
on.
half of his life
Sometime
in the NFL,
today.
and more than anyone should be acutely aware of sort of the dangers that are lurking in this problem.
Now, Goodell was fully in charge of the league's handling of the concussion crisis. He soon replaced the rheumatologist Dr. Elliot Pellman and promoted the neurologist Dr. Ira Casson.
It's only 300 meters.
Who is an expert, but an abrasive person, who is contemptuous of the arguments that concussion can cause damage.
Casson had once joined Pellman in attacking the model's work. Now, one of Casson's first moves, a public denial of the model's conclusions.
Yeah, it's clever. Run right into a tree.
Head injuries is overblown. Is there any evidence, as far as you're concerned, that links multiple head injuries among pro football players with depression? No. Dr. Ira Casson ends up with this sort of very famous exchange that earns him the nickname Dr. No with dementia.
We need to pay attention to any intel we can find.
Early onset of Alzheimer's.
Stating the obvious.
And Ira Casson was asked repeatedly, is there any link between trauma, head trauma, and the kind of dementia we're seeing in these players? And he says no, 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 no.
Is there any evidence as of today that links multiple head injuries with any long-term problem like that in NFL players? No.
Great.
Then, just 1 month later in Chicago, a dramatic gesture from Commissioner Goodell. An airport hotel.
Like machine gun.
NFL brass, team doctors, and trainers.
The NFL convenes the summer.
Weird building.
Summer of 2007.
About 200 people are gathered there, and running the show is our
stakes for the NFL are obvious. It's huge business. If the business is potentially lethal, then that's going to have major implications for the game.
On this day, the commissioner would take a front row seat to listen to the best medical minds in the league.
All the teams are present. All the teams had to send doctors and trainers. And the league's concussion people are there.
He had even invited outside scientists who had become some of the league's biggest critics. But one person was missing.
Dr. O'Malley was excluded. Just underscoring how they don't want to do business.
How'd I get in there? Fuck's sake.
It's through the roof.
Is it?
I'm sure there's a skylight.
Inside the NFL is going to get a conference on something.
Yeah, he probably will.
He is shunned. I mean, it was a loud just no, not you. Yes, you're the guy with all the research. You're the guy who's published the papers. You're the guy who's got the brains. But no, you're not coming.
Former Steelers team doctor and neurosurgeon Julian
Fuck
Bales
off.
had become a true believer
The
in
hell?
CTE and Omalo.
What weapon have we got there?
Research
A fucking grenade launcher.
He offered to
I
present
mean,
Omalo's work to
what's
the
the
group.
point in that?
So I presented and showed
Fancy
our
watching
data,
a
which
grenade?
was 4 or 5
Maybe up his
cases
useless
of
ass.
Here we go.
Besides
Just
Mike Webster
fucking
and
fool.
Terry Long, Omalo also found CTE in the brains of Andre Waters and Justin Strelzik. Bales delivered Omalo's message. Playing football could cause permanent brain
Maddox,
damage.
Jay said I might see you around here.
Did you find my team? Are they okay?
Some of them are.
Bales got up and talked
They didn't all make it.
And while he's
Damn
up
it.
there, Cassie
Maddox,
is
if we can drop
off
all
to
our
the
old
side.
baggage,
He's rolling
we've got
his
work to do,
eyes.
and I need
He's
your help.
clearly distressed
What you're
by
asking for is not
hearing.
easy.
And that
To crack
is
the
easy.
AI, I need access to the drone control program.
And what's stopping you?
Then we wouldn't be
Ian
here.
Blake.
Exactly.
He configured the biometric security so that he is the only person who has access to the drone control program. If you want the AI, first you have to find Blake and have him unlock
Do
the
you remember you
program.
hear from Tesco?
You're right.
Did they say?
The Sentinel officers in Cape North should know where Blake's evil lair is.
I'll find him.
The
I'll
other
unlock
test
that
was before
program.
this, we were like still interviewing
And you come well.
at the end of next week.
What are your plans?
Oh, well.
You can't stay here.
I can look after myself, Maddox.
Of course you can.
Don't know how to do research.
Nomad, my dear. I expect I'll be seeing you very soon.
Thank you for coming.
I was not the bearer of good news, probably, in many people's minds.
There we go, here, Big H.
This was not
Right,
something that made
let's
up.
go now.
Sure, you know what to find.
We only got one. Oh, pin that. Pin that.
Earlier, Goodell had launched his mentor Tyree Wood to downplay the concussion controversy. Now he had heard firsthand how serious some respected scientists thought the issue was.
Yellow dot. Yellow
The
dot.
NFL has a serious issue
Oh, there.
around the question of
Yeah, down there.
concussions, around the issue of brain trauma,
Yeah,
on,
pin
the,
it.
on the rising suggestion that there is a link between
That's
football and neurodegenerative disease amongst its former players.
Some intel somewhere.
There's a growing
Over
body
there.
of science that clearly
Drop one of these.
establishes this link.
Yeah,
Yeah, that conferences closed doors. The new commissioner insisted that the NFL had the problem under control.
Evidence is that our doctors are making excellent decisions. That's proven by the success study that we have and the research that's been done that looks at that issue intensively.
The head of Goodell's concussion committee, Dr. Ira Casson, took on the critics.
Anecdotes do not make scientifically valid evidence. I'm a man of science. I believe in empirically determined scientifically valid data, and that is not scientifically valid data.
Casson insisted there was no evidence that football players were at risk for CTE.
In my opinion, the only scientifically valid evidence is chronic encephalopathy.
What's a Milky Way?
And you should speak with
Like these.
Dr. Casson declined to be...
Tried these yesterday.
Oh, big buttons, yeah, they're quite nice.
Mint.
Oh, mint one.
Yeah, mint, yeah.
And as the teams took the field just a few months later...
Really nice, like.
2007...
Can't be something to want.
was given to every single player in a pamphlet.
Right. Intel,
Cover says, what is a concussion? It said,
Useless, in other words.
Newspaper clippings of shit.
Alright.
for long-term
Where am I going here?
and
the answer was
No, they haven't
research
that
has
yellow
not
dot.
shown
Well, one of them.
that there are any long-term consequences to
that one.
concussions in NFL players as long as each injury is treated properly. The message was that football is so clear.
An eye for AI.
Don't worry about
It's got a cool little name.
The commissioner and the league have successfully held the line, denying the dangers of football.
They refused to listen to people who didn't share their opinions about the research. And it was very much putting a stake in the ground.
You know, fucking
saying
mountain dog again.
everybody else is wrong. And that's what they did.
Challenged by the league, bruised by the struggle, and looking to make a change, Dr. Amalo left Pittsburgh. He moved to Lodi, California.
He ends up in the Dust Bowl of North Central California, and he's working as a medical examiner there, as far removed from the NFL as anybody could be, and trying to figure out how to sort of stay in it.
I wish I never met my coach. CTE has dragged me into politics of science, the politics of the NFL. You can't go against the NFL, they'll squash you. I really sincerely wished they didn't cross my path offline. Seriously.
Lads, I think you're
It's making me feel out of breath.
I know. Talking about like a fucking asthmatic neck, you know. I'm getting any closer to this fucking thing.
Your brains are precious cargo.
I've done like 700 meters, is that it?
At least you get on the treadmill, I think. Oh, excuse me. I'm that.
You have a brain that's intact, that's been removed from the upper spinal cord.
It is the brain of a former football player.
He says a process that is awe-inspiring in the old-fashioned sense of the word.
A nice double strike, like.
Best representation of who they were. You really treat it with the utmost respect. From a scientific perspective, there's this secret that's being unlocked.
We take it out, we weigh it, we photograph it, all the external surfaces.
The attitude is so careful about that this is a person that's being delivered into their care.
I never forget that the brain is a human being. I feel very privileged that someone has trusted me with this duty.
In 2008, Dr. Ann McKee was a leading Alzheimer's researcher.
This is what I do. I look at brains, I'm fascinated by it. I can spend hours doing it. In fact, if I want to relax, that's one way I can relax.
And one day, she received a phone call from the Boston University Medical School.
I called her and said, "Are you interested in looking at the brains of former football players?" And she didn't drop a beat and said, "Are you kidding?" I had no idea that she was a super football fan.
I was born with football. My brothers, my dad. I played football when I was a kid. I mean, it was part of life. It's a part of growing up. It's a way of life.
Now Dr. McKee is joining a team of researchers to build on Dr. Amato's discovery.
She's learned a little bit about the work that had previously been done on this issue by Recon and others, and she's eager to find some brains.
What's she doing? Being a fun.
She and colleagues from Boston University were determined to examine as many brains as they could.
Being a fun.
Chris Nowinski shows up and says, "Look, I'll find the brains for you. I'll bring them to you, and they're going to be football players. Are you interested?" And she says, absolutely. You know, she describes it as like the greatest collision on Earth for her.
For Nowinski, the issue of CTE is
An eye for the eye.
He worries he has it.
I'd be a fool not to have that CTE person. I took as much brain trauma as anybody. I think I have
He hit you
more than
he hit you like Timmy becoming on you.
Laurie.
At Harvard, Nowinski was a punishing tackler. He suffered countless head injuries. Then, instead of the NFL, he became a professional wrestler.
He ends up with the nickname Chris Harvard, the persona of this sort of snobbish wrestler who's smarter than all the fans.
People should be grateful to have some of my intelligence in your presence.
For Chris Harvard, the performance often ended with a blow to the head.
Chris Harvard landed on his head.
R1.
You know, as much as wrestling is performance, there's a very, very small margin of error. And especially when you're learning the thing, you know, you fall in.
Yeah, R1 till you get to the
Nowinski
weapons.
began to have violent nightmares and migraine headaches.
Left stick, that's the one.
So I said there's something wrong with me. And the headache didn't go away for 5 years.
Brain trauma became an obsession.
What motivated me every day was the fact that my head was killing me. And I knew that I felt awful. And I knew that I wasn't the only person. But I was a person in a position to make a difference.
What's happening here?
He would take on the task of finding brains of former football players for Dr. McKee.
Right, I know.
They call him like the
Yeah,
brain chaser.
press X on the weapon.
To go out
You
and
want
get
change.
brains.
Yeah, and then go
Nowinski
over
made the
it.
hard calls, asking
Use the
families
right
to donate
stick
the brain of
to-
a deceased loved one.
Up and down.
At the beginning,
Right stick.
when I first kind of got up the nerve to do it,
That's it.
I wrote down a script and I prepared, I practiced mentally preparing myself for wandering into someone's life like this.
Almost right away, Nowinski secured a portion of the brain of a 45-year-old former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Tom McHale.
Tom McHale was a brilliant guy, went to Cornell, had been playing football since a kid. His brilliance intellectually was matched by being an incredible athlete.
Tom and Lisa McHale had 3 sons. Once his career was over, McHale ran a successful chain of restaurants. But then, uncharacteristically, trouble.
Restlessness, irritability, and discontent describe Tom to a T. Today,
Well, I'm quite partial to the AK myself.
nowhere near
You know,
the man I had known.
it's a nice gun, that.
For years.
Stick open up.
The change was so diabolical. He became a drug addict. He became depressed. He became, he had irate moments of, violent temper.
McHale's addictions spiraled out of control. Painkillers, cocaine.
I remember so clearly him looking at me, and this is going back, in the final months of his life, and saying, Lisa, when I look in your eyes, all I see is disappointment. And I honestly don't know whether he was seeing my disappointment or whether it was his own disappointment that he was seeing reflected back. But it pains me to think of how much that hurt him.
Buccaneer was found dead this morning.
He had died of an overdose. Dr. McKee had read Dr. Amara's research, but she wanted to see for herself.
We dissect and section his brain, do a whole series of microscopic slides, look at it with all sorts of different stains for different things, and then come to a conclusion about what the diagnosis is.
What she saw was that telltale protein, tau.
This is a 45-year-old with horrific disease. I mean, he has tau in all regions of his
Good old
body.
tree there, no lad there.
Dr. McKee had examined thousands of brains. The location of the image from CTE was different.
You've got how much of a dark side he is. You know,
It really was a turning point.
I know.
It was a new understanding that, hey, this
Can't be like a
might
serious,
be
like,
bigger than
military person, purely. You know what I
Dr.
mean?
McKee soon had 3 brains, all with CTE.
I know.
But rather than just publish in scientific journals, Chris Nowinski was determined to get the word out.
Nowinski, who is not a scientist, says there are people getting hit here. If we speak up now, we may be able to, if not save lives, at least prevent the damage that we are seeing on Amnesty's cable.
Nowinski decided to take on the NFL in a very public way. At their biggest event,
Is that a helicopter or a plane? Helicopter, I reckon. Where is it?
Glitz and glamour of the NFL production machine
Never came this
gear,
our way, like.
developed over decades. Highly choreographed. A national event with a carefully crafted story. In Tampa, before the big game, Nowinski and McKee tried to crash the festivities by holding a press conference.
This is the genius of Nowinski, really. I mean, right? I mean, we're going to present her findings.
This is something you'd never should see.
Where do we want to announce that? Oh, let's go to Tampa Bay, where the Super Bowl's about to play out, where there's 4,000 media members who are there waiting to watch.
Bird watcher or something. I
This
don't know what
is
he's
not a normal
Where's the
party.
old yellow
This
dot?
is not something you normally see.
They were saying
Find Ian
football caused
Ian
this.
Blake.
This is a
Central
issue.
Commander
I think McKee uses the word crisis. She says this is a crisis.
Is that
and
not him,
anybody
no?
who doesn't believe it is in denial.
Also on the panel, Nowinski's other star, Lisa McHale.
8 months ago,
No, I don't,
I lost my best friend.
don't know where he is. Isn't he? He's around here somewhere. He's a yellow dot spot.
Lisa McHale had decided to go public with her husband's story.
I never hesitated to be public with Tom's findings because I was so fully blown away to know that Tom could have had the kind of injury he had to his brain and that it could have been caused by football. And I said, oh my God, of course, this is information that I would have liked to have had.
And after her husband's death, McHale decided to become an advocate for Dr. McKee's research.
He is now the 6th confirmed case of CTE among former NFL players. And bearing in mind that only 6 former NFL players have been examined for CTE, I find these results to be not only incredibly significant, but profoundly disturbing.
I don't know where he is.
But that day, there were few reporters listening.
There were thousands of reporters across the street, and
It's around there somewhere, though.
who were willing to walk across and learn about CP.
I don't know.
That was the shocking part. And here we were, in the midst of everything. And this potentially giant story was being told, and virtually no one was there.
Put a charge up his ass.
Nowinski's press conference was no match for the show the NFL was putting on across town.
What's the dot above her head then?
The build-up is over.
I don't know. It's a bloke we're looking for anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Then, one of the most watched television broadcasts in history. A 30-second ad sold for $3 million. It was the crowning event for a year in which the NFL earned almost $8 billion.
The league is this massive force financially. The Super Bowl is a spectacle. TV is paying huge money to televise the sport.
The NFL is broadcast on
Why not?
5 networks. ESPN.
It doesn't seem to be anything up there.
Their
So,
new contract with the NFL is worth almost $2 billion a year. So they're basically paying around $120 million per game.
I thought it would be in that place.
Every week, week in, week out.
Steelers become the first franchise in history.
Yeah, there's quite a heavy red contingent there.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to present the Vince Lombardi Trophy, the Commissioner of the National Football League, Roger Goodell. Well, some said that we could not top last year's Super Bowl.
Man, they really.
Cargo
Yeah,
Presiding
unless
over
there's
it all, the most powerful man in
the yellow dots in the end there, so it's no point really, is it?
So the next dot's fucking
Yeah, I know it's 15 miles away, I know.
fast track,
was
that,
determined to protect.
That guide has to be there somewhere, though.
Sentinel commanders indicate on the province
To protect the integrity of the game.
Alright, wait a minute, yeah. Sentinel commanders in Cape North Province. No, find them. What's the state of the Cape North Province? Is that that place?
Received a phone call.
I was called by Ira Casson, and I remember thinking, why is Ira Casson calling me?
She's intimidated.
I don't know where the Cape Province
knew
is.
enough about Ira Casson, she said, to know that he wasn't
I thought
necessary.
it might have been that place
And he wanted me to come to the NFL
right in front of you,
office and present the
where
data.
you are, like, but
That May,
isn't he saying that
McKee and
about, like,
Nowinski arrived at NFL headquarters.
We head on up to a very, very fancy conference room. There's wood paneling, jerseys and the trophies in the glass. And it was probably 15 members of the committee.
And one of the first things McKee notices is that there's only one other lawyer in the room, and it's not a doctor, it's a lawyer.
A lawyer is not there to offer medical advice. And a lawyer is not there to offer competitive athletic advice either. A lawyer is there to figure out what the league needs to do to defend itself against a storm that may or may not come. The league has to be ready to fight.
I'm up against a lot of doubters. I'm up against people who don't think that any of this holds any.
You ever get a really annoying...
So fine, I'm just going to show them where I'm wrong. And
Strange.
they kept interrupting.
I'm going to see what's up.
Dr. Ira Casson and others on the committee expressed their
it's all quiet over
skepticism
here.
that playing football was the cause of CTE.
Hostile identified.
Very, very quickly, she got serious pushback from Ira Casson.
Indianapolis court team physician
They're on
Dr.
us!
Henry
Engage
Ford
hostiles!
was one of the NFL doctors at the meeting.
I just have a problem. Ann McKee, she cannot tell me where it's starting. We don't know the cause and effect. We don't know that right now. We don't know the incidents.
The committee members believe Dr.
Pop
McKee
that
could not
fucker in the
answer
head.
two important questions. Causation. Did football cause CTE?
Lovely.
And prevalence.
Right in the brain stem.
Yes, right in the
We've seen many of those that were in trouble, and we know that there are thousands roaming around that are not having problems. So, I think that's where we may have had an issue.
I think we're very early in the evolutionary understanding of CTE. A certain percentage of the individuals diagnosed with this have had steroid abuse, alcohol abuse, other substances abuses. We don't know the concussion history in many of these. And there may be other confounding factors in terms of the genetics that we simply don't understand.
They were convinced it was wrong, and I felt that they were in a very serious state of denial.
I remember at one point one of the NFL doctors asking,
Where's the dog gone for the white guy? He's vanished. Usually comes back up when to sort of leave the area. He come back up. Oh, drone. It's hard to see them things sometimes.
Enemies hit! Sexism too much, but sexism
The helicopter
is
outside.
a doctor of my age who's come up in the ranks with a lot of male doctors. Sexism is part of my life. And getting in that room with a bunch of males who already thought they knew all the answers, more sexism. I mean, it was like, oh, the girl talk. Now we can get back to some serious business.
There's something in my mind. I think she's a brilliant woman. She's doing a great job. It's just something she's
Ooh! Right in the gob. Fuck's sake, get right. Jeez.
you just sound about there?
I know.
There's a head chap in it.
L1. Press capital. Move. I don't know. It's right in your own person getting in the way. I mean, what is he doing? He's just like standing about. Finally, did something. Jesus.
It was a scientific study of four commissioned
I hit one. Target hit. Blast it out.
What it showed was memory-related disorders at a much, much higher rate. Here's a study
Coming out the woodwork. I don't know. Just sort of clearing it. There's nothing there, I know. It's like.
is more denials. They're now denying
Commander on site.
study.
Aiello insisted the study's design was flawed. Now, the NFL's concussion crisis was again national news.
And so it's becoming almost impossible for the NFL to ignore it.
90 kilometers?
At the same time,
Yeah, you have to fast travel a lot.
caused trouble for the NFL and the commissioner. The wives and widows of players with CTE.
I don't think anyone else, but the wives, sisters, mothers, daughters,
Sniper maybe or something.
could have forced this issue into American consciousness.
Yeah, we're miles away. I don't know which direction.
Her husband, Ralph Wenzel,
Go
had
back
played for the
to
Pittsburgh
the
Steelers.
game and face the direction of the yellow dot. Yeah, that'll help.
Fairly functional.
Zang.
To
Yeah,
getting
keep
to the
going
point where
down.
he
It's
could no
miles
longer,
away.
dress or feed himself.
That's a
in the
side
last year and a
machine.
half to 2 years
Keep
before
going down,
he
eh?
couldn't even walk anymore.
She'd spent years
Yeah, keep
trying
going.
to get help from the NFL and its Players
Been there,
Association.
Back up. And
Then
go
the father
left
took
and go
matters
right.
into
Just
her own
have
hands.
a scout about
She
like.
showed up uninvited to
There's,
the league meeting about caring
yeah,
for
it's like
retired
middle in the fucking
There's going
nowhere.
to be a meeting that the commissioner is holding with former players.
On a pin.
And, you know,
You have to
her
find a.
husband, suffering
You have to find a.
from dementia, obviously can't be represented there.
None of
by
this
anybody but
is
her.
being
And she's told she's not allowed
discovered
to
yet.
enter the room.
It
Go
was the
back up.
commissioner himself who kept
Find
the professional out.
one of that
And I said,
points.
I'd like to attend this
where,
meeting.
yeah.
He said, no, you can't
Yeah.
attend. It's only for players. It's not for anyone else. And I said, but
After
my,
all that, I'm not-
my husband is a
irritating as
player who's
fuck.
severely disabled, and he can't be here.
You just get out of there.
Nevertheless, the
Yeah,
commissioner
just
said,
head up there, yeah. Just get the fuck out of there. I don't know what that is.
attention. The coverage helped spark interest in the nation's capital.
Refs consider as concussions in the NFL is getting into the game. They're looking into the long-term impact on
Congress saw it as a way to put the NFL's concussion policies on trial. The court of public opinion.
The commissioner
Yeah,
arrived
you're right
like
to go
a
now.
celebrity, a star
To
attraction
fast
at the hearing, and the focus of all the cameras.
Goodell is asked point blank
if he stands by the idea that concussions don't hurt football.
Yeah, there.
Let me address your first question.
To the left.
Can't answer.
You're obviously seeing a lot of data and a lot of information that
Yeah, down to the left.
committees and others have presented with respect to the
It's
linkage.
there, right?
And the medical
So,
experts
yeah.
should be the one to be able to continue that debate.
yeah.
I just asked you a simple
Yeah, that
question.
one.
What's the
Okay.
answer? The answer is the medical
Get
experts.
a helicopter that way.
Consistent response to questions was,
Yeah,
I'm not a
he's
scientist,
from that
and any questions about the long-term
bicycle
effects
things
of
or
concussion
whatever it's
or
called.
trauma in NFL players are better addressed to scientists.
And then you got a helicopter.
One at a time, committee members went after Goodell.
Oh, we've heard from the NFL time and time again. You're always studying. You're always trying.
We just have to wait
you're
about
hopeful.
20 minutes.
I want to know, what are you doing now? The NFL's sort of
Have a wee snooze. Have a wee snooze like that.
90s when they kept saying, no, there's no link between smoking and damage to your health or ill health effects.
The last thing the league wanted to be dealing with in that moment was the analogy to big tobacco. There's nobody in America who doesn't know what that means.
It takes its sweet time, doesn't it?
Denial.
You have the commissioner of the NFL who's
fast
being
food,
called
isn't
before Congress
No.
to answer why his own research arm has been denying since 1994 that football causes brain damage, when everybody from the New York Times to former NFL players to the respected research scientists are saying, in fact, the opposite is true.
Yeah, you got to press square here somewhere. Where is it? On that buy thing.
Similar to what the tobacco industry engaged
Yeah, on there. Press the square, yeah.
Back in New York, with the pressure mounting, the commissioner decided to make some dramatic changes.
The NFL changes its playbook.
Now press 0 to skip it. Keep your finger on it. Ah, that's it. And then you go down to the bottom right hand corner. Still one going about. Bastard. Down in the bottom right.
The
Up
commissioner
thing there, yeah.
initiated a series of new
Leave cop.
rules designed to protect players
Break
from
up, yeah.
concussions.
And again,
It's quite obvious what they were doing.
now your helicopter should be there somewhere.
From now on, teams should consider a concussion a game-ending injury.
Dr. Casson was out.
Dr. Clancy resigned from the
Where is it?
NFL's
Yeah.
concussion
There.
committee.
And a new concussion committee would be formed, led by two
Oh,
neurosurgeons.
NFL is committed to medical and scientific research.
And there was one other surprise.
I read on the wire that the NFL had given $1 million to Boston University. What? And so I called up Chris, like, what the hell's going on? He didn't know what was going on. He's like, what are you talking about?
So the answer was, I don't know what you're talking about. This doesn't sound right at all.
CBS reporter will I was like, floored.
It's yeah, that one to the right. Yeah, an ingenious plan. An ingenious, sorry. Yeah. The other ones are now I found AI. Oh no, just tried getting that one. Couldn't find it, bastard. helicopter. No, we'll try a 2 now. What we're doing here again in residences.
I was fully prepared to see nothing. I remember late at night looking at the brain.
It's in the northernmost house in the village, I saw.
And it just floored me.
I don't know.
I just tell you this.
Well, it's on there, yeah.
Such an advanced case of CTE had never been found in such a young person.
In like 20 spots in his frontal lobe. He's 21, he's so young. You know, that changes the game to me.
Because he never had a diagnosed concussion, Dr. McKee suspected Thomas might have gotten CTE from the everyday subconcussive hits that are an inherent.
Sniper's about to fire. We got trouble.
Those subconcussive hits, those hits that don't even rise to the level of what we call a condition or symptom.
It's a drone now, just
This
saw
game
there.
can be dangerous.
Cover. The sniper's gonna shoot.
He is saying, look, this is very much.
I don't know, I often get confused with them as well.
Every single call, every single down, there's no way around.
It was a
The HVT's trying to get away.
fundamental questions about the way the game was played.
The human body is not free or good.
HVT's making a break for it. He's dead. I'll sail down.
I never know where they are. There's one right there. Team would be nice. Vehicle up there as well, like awesome. Fucking drone up there, look. So we'd have to reload. Onslaught.
Enemy down. Blast it out.
L1, mate. Heal up. Yeah, I know. Some intel over there. Might be what we're looking for.
The brain is lighter in weight, so it has less inertia to put it in motion.
It's upstairs.
Kappa
Or is
uses
that outside?
brain moves much
Sure.
quicker than an adult brain, maybe therefore has more inertia.
Right.
So I think we should be treating youths differently.
And for the BU advocate Chris Nowinski, it was a danger the NFL helped to create.
As long as the NFL dismissed this, that
think
meant
it's
that
downstairs
parents were
outside.
signing their
Oh.
kids up to go play
Nah.
football, believing that there was
Oh,
no
yeah, go in there.
risk. And
No, I think it's downstairs.
you know that
Look.
wasn't fair to
Yeah,
those
it's
kids
down.
or those parents, especially those kids.
I think it's outside there. Oh, correct.
Dr. McKee, who had grown up loving football, has struggled with her feelings about the sport.
I don't feel that I am in a position to make
Great, eh?
a proclamation for everyone else.
Yeah, it's around here somewhere.
Had children.
There it is. Over there.
10,
Phone.
12. Would they play football?
8, 10, 12, no, they would not.
Is this what we're looking for, though? No, it isn't.
Because the way football's being played
Chris X.
currently that I've seen, it's dangerous.
That's not
It's
what we're looking
dangerous
for. We're
and
looking
it
for
could impact their long-term mental health. You only get one
find
brain.
Madeira's house.
The thing you want your kids to do
It's
most
the
of all is succeed in life.
It's the northernmost house in the world.
And there's anything.
Where's north in the map? It's that way, yeah. Yeah, it's her head.
McKee's warnings about the danger of the game have made her the subject of sharp criticism.
She's a lightning rod because people see her as the woman out to destroy football as we know it. Probably the most.
No. It's not coming up in the map. It's like that guy Blake. Once you go there, the yellow dot disappears.
A number of prominent scientists
No, I think
believe
you're
she has
going in the wrong
overstated
direction.
the
That
dangers of playing football.
There's a kind
Any
of
houses there?
polarization in the
It's got to be.
BU were clearly the advocates for
I know,
something
it
universal.
doesn't look like it, doesn't
It's
it?
not the only issue. There are other issues that we've got to
Go in
look
there and
at.
have a scout
How
about.
common is this? How many brain traumas do you need to get this?
Oh,
Is
another
this
crate.
something that everybody will get if they have enough brain trauma? Or is it...
Not that there's ever much in them, but
small number of us. We don't know the
nice pair of new gloves. Can't get in there.
Some researchers say Dr. McKee has examined only a limited sample of players and too few brains to justify her conclusions.
There's been a sense of fear that's been put
Worth a
in
try.
parents that maybe they shouldn't let their kids play sports.
No, it's
Having said that, I still think it's something that we need to be concerned about. We just need more information.
Fuck's sake, just make it easy.
What exactly is the incidence and the risk? Nobody knows that at this point in time. It's
This is
still being
north,
debated.
definitely the most northern heights, isn't it?
Those that have
Or
been
that one maybe?
conducting the autopsies are
I don't
working
know.
with I think that we need to learn more about these former athletes.
There's a lot of collectibles in here.
About them during their
5 at least.
winning years, so that we can really understand what their functions and their emotional status is like.
We just have to be careful not to say that this causes that and be able to connect those dots without having more prospective analysis.
I'm not surprised that people don't believe me. They don't look at they haven't done this work. They haven't looked at brain after brain after brain. I just feel that, I guess, the more cases we get, the more we persevere, the more they hear, eventually it will change them.
Still, Katie and her colleagues at BU acknowledge there are limits to her research.
Head upstairs to
Not everyone who has the head gets this disease. And so, the critical question is, why does one person get it and another person doesn't? There must be really important variables, genetics, things about the type of exposure.
Oh, there it is. Nice
we
one.
need to figure those things out.
Dr. McKee admits she's seeing only a small sample.
I think, to be truthful, even a selection bias in an autopsy sample, even if the family of an individual who's affected is much more likely to donate their brain than a person who had no symptoms whatsoever. Given that, we have still
Good chance her neighbor was the last person to have had eyes on Madeira. Follow the breadcrumbs.
Dr. McKee has now examined the brains of 46 former NFL players. 45 had CTE.
We have an enormously high hit rate. I mean, you know, that would be extraordinary with any other disease, to be able to pull in that many cases just that were suspected. So I think the incidence and prevalence have to be a lot higher than people realize.
To her, it may be the beginnings of an epidemic.
I think it's going to be a shockingly high percentage. I'm really wondering where this stops. I'm really wondering, on some level, if every single football player doesn't have this.
Claim your compliment.
Hey pal, I'm looking for your neighbor, Paula Madeira.
Oh, I haven't seen her around for a while. She just left one day. I heard Sentinel has a new engineer continuing her work.
Who knows where Paula went?
There was some guy, Daggero. She used to meet in Aurora's parliament. It sounded like he was one of those protest kids.
Thanks.
In timely death at our junior sales, provoking questions.
Oh, go to the
As the news broke,
the intel page
did
for
CTE play a
Paula
part in Junior Seau's death? He had used his body and his head
Fancy
for
looking
20
building.
years in
Back
the
up.
NFL. Number 55
back again.
was a hard-hitting linebacker.
That's it, yeah.
Pain and injury were his specialty.
No,
He
it
even
just come out of there now, man.
once on an NFL film.
Perfect hit is when you're first coming one-on-one and you hear him go.
That's the one, yeah.
You have to sacrifice your life. You have to sacrifice years.
Yeah, it's two, one down there anyway.
40 years old.
Take your shoes off.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hell with your chopper?
Yeah. Head over to the government building.
He was a philanthropist with love for his community. But then,
Stiff as a board, eh?
his life fell apart.
Hey, I was arrested for domestic violence in Oceanside, California early on Monday.
Richard Sayal drove his SUV off a cliff in California.
His business empire had imploded. He lost millions of dollars gambling.
Companies and
child.
I need you on my location.
The medical examiner requested that I come down. They've never had such a big case before. I'm an expert in this field to help her.
He gets the first flight out the
There
next
might be some
morning.
intel here.
When he arrives at the medical examiner's office, he's telling people that he has the verbal consent from Tyler Sao to harvest the brain.
And it was Amalo who actually removed Sao's brain.
I assisted at the autopsy, took out the brain, processed the brain.
Just as they're finishing up the autopsy, the chaplain comes walking into the room and he says, literally, "Houston, we have a problem." And that problem is that he had just gotten off the phone with Tyler Sao, and according to Tyler, the NFL informed him that Amalo's research is bad and that his ethics are bad, that he's essentially unethical.
People started saying things about Amalo, kind of telling me the kind of character that he has. And, you know, I got a long email about it. But at that point, I was just kind of, you know, I don't want to hear all these things.
The next thing he said, he doesn't want me touching his father's brain.
At that point, there's nothing else to do except leave. I mean, he just walks out of the
What do you
room,
want? Don't be afraid.
He takes his empty brain briefcase and
Chill out, looking for someone. Goes by the name of Dagoro. Know where I can find him?
We'll tell you all I know. No.
Do you happen to know any information about this?
That's everything.
Thanks. Much obliged.
We're not getting to the car's car.
Your thumbs for nothing, like.
Okay.
Jeez. Christ.
What's up?
What's up?
Fucking whatever shit was in
Junior
that fucking
Sao's
bin
brain
bag
was
in
sent
the
to the
kitchen.
National Institutes of
Bloody hell.
Health, the NIH.
The NFL very directly worked not only to get the brain to NIH, but in this case, to keep it away from Amalo's group or McKee's group by speaking badly.
NFL doctors say the decision was made purely in the interest of science.
Getting it in the hands of good science is the goal there. So yes, I think that was probably what was driving the suggestion that let's have NIH get involved.
The final diagnosis in Sao's case was national news.
News and ESPN have learned exclusively Sao's brain
He had CTE.
CTE, chronic traumatic.
In the months following Sao's death, the NFL went on the offensive. The commissioner helped to promote a youth football safety initiative, the Heads Up program. The league donated $30 million to the NIH to study sports injuries, including joint disease, chronic pain, and CTE.
We donated $30 million to the National Institutes of Health.
Good PR is one part of the NFL strategy. But the other piece of it is that the NFL wants to come off as being very
No, you don't. Come here.
The NFL wants to keep
Greetings, stranger.
Into the future.
Really use your help finding this location.
I have a location in mind. I think you'll find it there.
Thanks.
Are things that they're
Appreciate it.
working with doctors and researchers on.
It was a message the commissioner himself delivered, granting a rare TV news interview the morning of the Super Bowl.
I ask you this question because some widows of some NFL players have asked me to ask you, do you now acknowledge that there is a link between the game and these concussions that people have been getting and some of these brain injuries?
That's why we're investing in the research, so that we can answer the question, what is the link? What causes some of the injuries that our players are still dealing with? And we take those issues very seriously. Though the league previously, through Greg Aiello, acknowledged a link, there's no more acknowledging a link exists. The science is still emerging, and we're really going to try and do long-term studies on this. And we're going to figure out whether there's a link.
Up the stairs.
Individuals make those points. We're going to give them the money, advance that science. In the meantime, we have to do everything we can to advance the game and make sure it's safe. And he said almost identically to what he had said before Congress back in 2009, which was, we're going to let the medical people decide that.
Almost 2 decades after the NFL founded its first scientific committee to research the issue, the league continues to insist the evidence of a link between CTE and football is unclear.
Oh, come
Looks like
on.
it wasn't just a relentless and endless delaying action. Year after year after year, at crisis after crisis after crisis. The Concussions Committee and its members assured the public that the league was looking into this. The league actually never got around to looking at it in any kind of value. We're talking in the year 2013. This committee was founded in 1994. Maybe there should be better.
Oh my God! What?
As the concussion crisis deepened, the commissioner faced yet another challenge.
Oh, he's been a fool. He's been a fool as usual.
The threat to the NFL from this litigation is suspension. The threat was in the and the billions with a B, not millions with an F.
Nah, I can go.
About 1/3 of NFL veterans, including some of the biggest former stars, claimed the NFL had fraudulently concealed the danger to their brains.
How am I meant to do
Many
here?
allegations here, and of course, there's a very severe hazard that is present in professional football.
Where's the other bit going? Well, stay there.
Oh, that one. That one, eh? Fuck off, near a drone. Shit.
He insisted the league had done nothing wrong.
Oh, what you doing? God's sake.
We strongly
Idiot.
allegations that we withheld any information or misled the players, and if we have to defend this suit, as Paul was alluding to, we will do that and be able to make those factual allegations.
Sweet shotgun. Away from the cameras, the two sides were in intense court-ordered negotiations.
Players initially they were $2 billion or $1 billion, $2 billion, and what we've been told is the NFL is offering.
The players believed they had significant leverage, a threat to the NFL.
The threat was.
Who the fuck is shooting at me? Jesus Christ.
Sniper's about to shoot at us.
Then, with football season about to begin, a surprise settlement. The league agreed to pay $765 million to resolve the lawsuit.
Mini gunner
And it appears as if it ties it up quite nicely. You know, the two sides figured out that that was fair. And they were okay with it. And so the image of the situation to most fans is that the NFL got taken to task.
Oh, dearie days. Dearie days.
Is he actually getting the job done? Is he just fucking a bit of trouble?
Try to talk to folk, but
No need to be afraid.
There's no admission whatsoever of guilt.
I was hoping you could shed some light on this.
You're not admitting any guilt. That there's no acknowledgement of any causation between football and
motherfucker.
Thanks.
And that was, that was
Got a sniper about to fire.
the settlement.
I don't think we needed a trial to know.
And his hit.
Hostile hit. Sniper's about to engage us.
It wasn't a supposition. What the trial would
Eyes on a sniper about to shoot.
You didn't need the trial to know there was something wrong there, but the details of how they went about it.
Enemy's hit.
Should stay locked away.
A week later, the commissioner made the league's position clear.
Give me some information about this.
I've given you all the intel I have.
Tough questions about
You got more to say, buddy?
I swear it. I've said everything I know.
Enemy's down.
I think
oh, Medela.
everyone now has a better sense of what damage you can get from playing football. And I think the NFL has given everybody 765
Detention center, okay.
million reasons why you don't want to play football.
For now, the future of the league and the game of football seems secure.
Fit to fight.
Fundamental questions
Sniper's about to fire on us.
Hey, let's rip him a new one.
fucking asshole! Fucking useless team.
Who's putting up these posters?
There's nothing left. I told you everything.
Oh yeah, right.
Sniper's about to engage us.
I'll do something about it then. Just quit telling me. Oh my god, honestly.
Fucking rubber duck, mate.
Oh, well, it's the same shit, isn't it? Telling me there's a sniper right there, yeah, exactly. You can. Some sort of detention facility around here somewhere. I've got to find. It's over the left. Over there, look. Over the water thing. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing that, like, to be honest. The bridge here.
Fuck! It's go time! Sniper about to engage! Shit! Sniper! He's ready to fire!
It's like, what? Okay.
My position. Move!
Got it. We're gonna need it.
Shit, I missed intel button.
Eyes on a sniper about to shoot. Target hit.
Jesus.
Cover! The sniper's gonna shoot. Got a sniper about to fire on us.
It's time to die, like. Civilian.
Stay low. Keep it up.
Gotcha, you bastard. Before you could fuck up my plans. Oops, killed the civilian. Shit. That's not fucker's fault there. Wait, on here.
Is illegal in this country. The United States
Where is it?
down a piece of legislation that says fantasy sports is not gambling. I didn't know that.
I see a sniper.
The underground world of online sports betting and the multi-billion-dollar business of daily fantasy sports.
I've made almost $1,000 doing this over the past 2 years now. The core of what we do is about making sports more exciting.
Frontline and New York Times reporter Recon investigate the meteoric rise and new challenges facing daily fantasy sports.
There's two up here. What's the orange one? Is that a side mission, I guess? Alright.
How much do you estimate?
Yeah. You can do that. Two of them, pretty much.
So you don't view what you do here.
Get up there. Get up there. Start the wing screen.
I found out about FanDuel when I was in high school. I played fantasy football for years and whatnot. I never played daily fantasy.
And avoid any interaction with anybody.
On typical morning, it's pretty much just me hanging out, going over the baseball stats.
Jesus, going all out of breath, man. You're totally fucked.
So after that, I'm just hanging out, doing whatever, just
How far is this place? That's it. Nearly there. Nearly there. Some sort of detention.
Last day of his third year at Indiana's DePaul University. He's one of the nation's best players on FanDuel, a popular daily fantasy sports site.
Over the hill?
There are many ways to play.
Should be on the other side of here.
Your own fantasy team made of real
Going on, I can make it up far.
points based on how they do in real life games that day. Fantasy sports has been around for decades.
Oh, there she is.
I wagered about $12,000 this morning.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money. Yeah, it is.
Sure, it's going to be easy to get in there, right? Bloody hell.
I wouldn't be wagering money on this scale if I wasn't there.
Going on, but you fucking get your thing together. Jesus.
$18,000 last night, so offsets it fluctuates.
I have to like to rely on you to get me out of a foxhole.
Almost 2 years now.
Particularly. Yeah, I know it's going to be dangerous area. This like it's the best way in. Like fuck's sake. Be up that way.
He lost 6,000.
I like these automated turrets.
Try to stay out of folks' way. Any snipers about?
Over the past year,
A lot of red on my map.
We've been investigating the world of online sports betting. And what was
I've got my
behind the
sniper rifle there,
explosion of daily fantasy sports.
Fantasy sports.
Fuck off!
Was traditionally a season-long contest that happened among co-workers.
Yeah, the sniper rifle's muzzled, so
For years, players would get.
you've got to remember that. Like using muzzle weapons instead of just blasting. You know what I mean? Draw attention to yourself.
4 months, you're devoting hours upon hours a week, and you have to wait until the end of the season to find out who won.
Then the internet came along. Today, you can play thousands of
Get up there, go nuts.
And rather than months, you get results right away.
The gratification doesn't get any more instant.
Come on, surely you can get up there.
You have an outcome every single day. And if you don't like your lineup today, and you lost, you get to start over again tomorrow.
Right.
Fantasy sports used to be
Jesus, surrounded totally here.
It's being offered on a daily basis.
Try and be stealthy for as long as I
I
can.
never want to claim credit for anything that, I'm sure many people will claim credit for. Clearly, we were one of the first out there.
Shit,
Fantasy
shot hard.
was a market that was stagnant.
And FanDuel played a big role in changing that.
Exactly.
And how did that happen?
Despite fantasy being a large market, the younger sports fans weren't engaging with fantasy. And so the insight was, what if we take these mechanics around research and picking players and competing with your friends and put it in a format that's geared towards a very hard to reach but very important demographic of
Oh, fuck, one of them.
18 to 35. Let's make it mobile first. Let's make it faster and see how that goes.
Jesus! Damn, respect!
A new industry was born.
Fucking hell, that was close. You don't, but to unleash hell on me with that thing.
Thousands of companies began offering daily fantasy games.
Still not dead body found.
Cut of the players' bets.
Can I get in that boat?
Its main rival, DraftKings, are the biggest names in the business.
Shit.
About
Oh, that's one of mine.
market. Both are now valued at
Probably
$1
swimming.
billion.
We have several million paid players, and that's growing every day. So we're signing right now.
What's this
We're
guy
signing
doing?
up in 20 to 30,000 players every day.
Okay.
20 to 30,000 every day.
Yep.
Shit,
What
that's probably right
percentage
there.
of your daily fantasy players would you say are under the age of 30?
No way, this is really awkward.
Probably about 50 to 60% are under the age of 30.
Located a bad guy over there.
It's a demographic that appealed to venture capitalists and private equity firms. They've pumped hundreds of millions of dollars into the industry. TV networks wanted that audience as well.
Full disclosure, 21st Century Fox, our parent company,
Look,
has 11% stake in DraftKings.
NBC Sports Group and NBC's parent company Comcast are
Looks like Madeira was transferred. I wonder if that Goro knows anything about where they took her.
With DraftKings worth reported $250 million.
Relocated where?
One of the most surprising support came from professional sports leagues and teams. They've long opposed sports gambling, which is illegal in most of the country, saying it fosters corruption.
The sports leagues have always been of the view that sports gambling will lead to match fixing. And it will create a negative perception in the minds of fans because the games are not on the line.
Wasn't messing about there like
That
fuck.
didn't discourage them from embracing daily fantasy sports. The NBA developed a partnership with FanDuel. Major League Baseball and the NHL struck deals with DraftKings. New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft and Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones both own stakes in DraftKings. And 28 professional football teams have made deals with one site or the other.
The sports teams and the leagues want to make sure that sports is as relevant for today's millennial generation as it was for the generation that is now in their 40s or 50s. And what they see in FanDuel is an opportunity to engage a younger generation of fans, get people to watch more sports, and then also get them to play more on FanDuel.
FanDuel's one-week fantasy football leagues are paying $75 million.
All that investment money fueled an advertising blitz worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
I'm going for that yellow dot up there, like.
Oh yeah.
But I'm trying to be stealthy, like.
On some weeks,
I don't go all out war.
was the #1 advertiser on television.
This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. They were everywhere. I'm not sure that we've ever seen that level of spend for any kind of gaming product. Well, frankly, any product. It's very rare that a marketing campaign achieves a spot in the cultural consciousness that becomes a meme, that becomes the subject of jokes for late-night television hosts.
These days it feels like you can't turn on the TV without seeing one of three things. A zombie, a Kardashian, or a fantasy football ad.
Oh, here we go.
I can't think of another marketing campaign, at least in my lifetime, that achieved that kind of cultural status through sheer force of repetition.
It's just Madeira or whatever.
You, know Paula Madeira?
Oh, no.
The drone engineer.
What are you saying?
She makes drones, like the ones flying all over the island killing folks.
Hey, I don't care what you heard. There's no way she'd work for Sentinel. She's one of us. She's brave as hell, and she's an outcast.
So why'd she make drones in the first place?
Who the hell are you, man?
Relax. I'm a friend. I was on one of the helicopters that crashed.
Let's get to a safe house. We can talk there.
Where's the safe? Fucking nice, like.
What's your name?
Nomad. What's yours?
Degoro Ito.
What the hell are you doing in the most technologically advanced place on Earth if you don't like technology?
I'm not a Luddite, man. I'm just opposed to transhumanism.
When a person becomes more than human, right?
Other than human. Our motto, or one of them anyway, is remember the Neanderthals. Neanderthals and modern humans had a common ancestor, but modern humans drove the Neanderthals to extinction. Or at least they contributed to it.
It's no different than that.
You told me that
family out there, like
the word gambling associated with a friend, and you told the story they contacted you and asked you not to use that word. And tell me what I'm front as well. Okay, because you don't want to get them angry, or
because I don't want to do anything to upset the industry. I mean, my job is pretty much.
The core of our game is not when you ask people why they play, they play because it makes the games more exciting. When you ask us what we as a company are about,
Two shots.
So
Excellent work.
every time you
Stay alert for hostiles.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Open up.
Fuck. Oh, shit! I just killed the fucking
Our product is all about action.
Oh, no way. Oh, I'll have to restart.
The word gambling, or the association with gambling,
that was really irritating.
Negative repercussions for the industry. They want their product to be as deregulated, as non-interfered with as possible by state and federal government. And the moment the gambling door opens, all that ends.
It's very frustrating, that though. Got right in my way, you know.
The fight over the legality of fantasy sports
I know, but
a decade ago to Washington, D.C.
Pain in the fucking arse.
Ironically, the daily fantasy
Yeah, you have to
sports
wait
industry owes
ages
its
and fucking
existence
ages.
to an anti-gambling law. The Unlawful Internet Gambling Enforcement Act of 2006.
So...
It was supposed to stop credit card companies and other payment processors from facilitating bets online.
Mr. Speaker, I yield 3 minutes to General from Iowa, Mr. Leach.
The bill's sponsor, Iowa Republican Jim Leach, saw online gambling as a threat to young people and gambling addicts.
Never has it been so easy to lose so much so quickly at such a young age. Internet gambling serves no social purpose. Internet gambling is crack cocaine for gamblers.
Oh, come on! Jesus Christ!
On a treadmill, you can get over your head quite quickly.
This is ridiculous.
Back balance by time.
Generally yields back balance his time.
I was one of the leading
Oh my
lobbyists for
God.
the opponents in the legislation.
That is just
We were
over
against
the
it.
top.
Yes, that's right. Why? Well, the companies I represented felt that the appropriate path for the U.S. was to license and regulate internet gaming, not to prohibit it.
Jesus
And preserve the freedom of adults
Christ!
to entertain
I can't
themselves.
believe it took that long.
How important was the National Football League in securing passage of this bill?
Instrumental. I think it's...
What's your name?
Nomad. What's yours?
Igoro Ito.
Strategists who are getting it done.
Engage!
The bill they
Speaking
helped
yet?
pass targeted online gambling, including websites that had moved offshore.
Engaging!
It exempted fantasy sports, as long as they involved more skill than chance.
I'm not in it. I'm like to be anyway.
It left the fight over the legality of fantasy sports to individual states.
This is a 15-minute vote. If the point of the 2006 law was to stop internet gaming involving offshore websites,
Use it?
Some guy fucking selling insulation.
There was a big
Insulation.
grassroots uprising that fantasy sports players don't consider themselves gamers.
Where the hell did you get down?
And I
Where's
think
the
the
stairs?
sponsors decided it would be easier to enact a law if they did not prohibit fantasy sports.
and the nays are 2.
The daily idea of
Blast it
fantasy
out.
sports
Jesus Christ! Gun's awful. Oh my God.
size, but I certainly didn't perceive
Where is this guy?
activity.
I'm meant to be leading that guy out, man.
The 2006 law had paved the way for fantasy sports to
Where is he?
As for law's primary target, the multi-billion-dollar online sports gambling industry,
Get to my position now!
flourished too,
We're on our way.
but underground.
Hostiles hit!
Oh, there he is. There, look. I mean,
Hit the target!
Baseball. I did pretty good on baseball.
The terror law passed. He had been playing with a gambling ring in Plano, Texas for about 5 years.
They had a large amount of bettors all over the United States.
Got one!
They had bookies in Vegas, New York, you name it.
don't know what good that did.
I had one!
Coburn's bookie, the guy who handled all his money, was Greg Murkow, a big-time poker player with over $1.5 million in winnings.
After a while, after talking to him, he asked me if I was a cop, and I told him no. And he
Don't even know where
me up. No,
might be heading.
But in fact, Coburn was a cop.
He said, go to a safe house.
For the Plano PD.
Die, you son of a bitch!
Jesus. I know it.
He was wired with a hidden camera
Bloody
that
hell.
recorded hours of betting transactions.
How you doing? I had a fake name on my
Oh, for Christ's sake, I
I had
went round in a circle there.
Target hit!
different address, had a completely different cover. Thank you, sir.
That guy is really hard to kill. You just blew yourself up like what a complete idiot. He really is. Shut the fuck up, asshole.
I'm impressed with this baby.
No, I'm not.
Illegal sport gambling ring. They seized.
When they finally broke up the ring, they confiscated.
Why is it not going L1 to heal?
Though the Plano ring had been stopped, reporters at the Times were seeing gambling rings proliferating. We began taking
it's like
how these online gambling operations work. James Clancy is an investigator.
Oh, that fucker with the
Rocky Armendariz works in the computer system.
No.
We had set up an account with a
I don't know.
website
Mission up.
online. Its motto
It's not the main mission anyway. It's upgrading. I don't know what that was.
Absolutely true.
Come on, man, heal. Right, where are we going? Fuck's sake, this way. Motherfuckers. I do not know how to get down like that.
After I set the account, I couldn't quite figure out how to exchange the money when I got a phone call on my cell phone. And a guy walking right through had
These assholes again!
Jeez. Ask for help. You just
Another member of my team down.
It said bet online.
Stay focused!
I spend my whole time healing folk.
Thank you.
And then he gets in my way. I know. Absolutely useless as usual. I don't know. It's totally fucked off, yeah. There he is, like.
Shot one of them.
U.S. law?
She said she wasn't sure.
Seems it would appear that that's the case. So,
Where's that fucking chinky
if I wanted
gone?
to buy workwear and clothing and safety boots and shoes, I'm not going to get
What's
that.
this hack shit?
The answer was no.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
When we checked
You just said hack a minute ago.
GoZerSafety.com was no longer online.
Why is it not saying hack now?
Fraudulent billing is just one way sports betting rings try to get around the law.
Light 'em up!
Motherfuckers! Where's my team? I mean, it's got to be the most useless team of all time. How the fuck do you get out of here? Oh my god, this is just ridiculous.
One of the most lucrative rackets instant game sports betting. Something to a college strategy is a source of revenue. And all of this is made possible because of the internet. Because of the internet, absolutely.
It's not way like. I
Collecting bets
don't know how you get there, like. Never mind.
still has to be done the old-fashioned way.
It's got to be.
They can't use electronic wire transfers. They
Just
can't
goes right
use
into the
credit
circle.
cards, because that's prohibited by federal law. So they have to
Just
have
no
boots on
way.
the ground, so to
No way
speak.
out.
They have to settle up
Prisoner.
in person.
Oh, there we go. Hooray.
It's a where it's right out the window.
Fucker.
In the middle of the day.
What the hell is that?
Meet some person. Here's your money.
My favorite pet hate. What the hell? Oh yeah, great.
Oh my god.
The biggest and best known offshore gambling websites. Pinnacle has been based on the island of Curacao since the 1990s. At its peak, it was handling as much as $12 billion a year and was a household name, in certain households anyway.
The
price they give you an hour? $3.50.
No, you wait 20 minutes mission to start like.
Online?
So you've got to find that boy and make your way to the safe
After the
house.
2006 law, Pinnacle said it stopped
I don't know
taking
where the
bets
safe
from the
house is,
United
by the way.
States. Within 2 years, its business dropped in half.
Did they come back?
I don't know
Well,
why.
our investigation revealed
that
they did,
speak to you like.
and they were
Yeah, I know. That's what he
essentially
says.
involved in accepting
safer-
wages that
safer,
originated from the
yeah.
United States.
In that particular case,
I think it's
authorities
safer down there,
recovered
like
$10 million
where he is.
and arrested 25 people
the night
in
side,
5
the
states,
helicopters and
including Stanley Thompson,
fucking
who pled
goobers
guilty
with
to a misdemeanor.
that machine things. Oh, look.
We wanted to speak to Pinnacle Sports to
I'm sure glad the autonomous turrets are here, man.
about 40 miles off the coast of Venezuela.
The door is shut.
I think that one of the attractions of these zones here is that they have great tax
That's
rates.
annoying.
And also the tolerance, government.
The billion-dollar company's offices were here in a beachside budget hotel. We requested an interview, and we're waiting to hear back when there was commotion at the hotel.
Oh yeah, you got to, yeah.
I was sitting in the lobby.
What's your name?
and I
Nomad.
noticed a whole
What's yours?
Yeah, sir.
descending.
We do, mate. No.
coming out
We do, mate. No, like.
And now they're pulling out in the truck.
They're on us! Engage hostiles!
I guess one of the questions. Coincidence?
Oh, your team helped you. Can't believe it. I'm hallucinating here.
What's your name?
Don't know what happened there. Like.
And you're with
It's just mental. Drone, yeah.
Get it.
This guy just gets.
Yeah. There's no need for a helicopter.
Beach Hotel to make one last attempt at talking to someone at Pinnacle.
Fucking dickhead.
Can we do an interview with anyone to ask about their operation and why you guys moved this morning? No? Since we? You guys are trespassing this present, so we should leave.
We asked to speak to other gamblers,
I know.
but they wouldn't talk either.
You have to go, press R1,
The gambling industry,
bring up that menu, and then
which
go down to the menu.
and the Justice Ministry. We finally received a statement from the neighbor.
It's like a simple thing, but it took me a while to figure that out.
I graciously thank you for this industry, considering the U.S. position in gaming. There is no benefit in this country for the benefit of the U.S. TV viewer. I can only refer you to Mr. King.
One of them bastards.
He came to his office.
That's all I got, baby.
15 minutes.
I'm reloading, hold on. Hostile is hit. Repeat, hostile is hit. Stay sharp, boys.
Before he came down, the industry consultant said he wanted someone to talk about
It's one of yours, ain't it? Oh, right.
This is a legal, allegedly regulated industry in Curacao. Why doesn't anyone want to talk to us?
What are you in there? What are you doing in here?
I have no idea.
That's a difficult question.
I did the same thing.
I also believes very much on self-regulation in order to protect. Are they doing a good job of self-regulating? Some are, and some are not. American prosecutors.
We got mortars coming.
It's a hard level. This. Yeah, I know. Helicopter there.
Shoot those assholes!
Did someone construct it? Jesus, eh? It's like...
Wasted an enemy radio up. You're shit, asshole! Boom! I got him! Keep your focus, man!
Fucking hell, there's so many of them. Loads of them.
You're dead, asshole! I got him!
Interviewing the killer, the fisherman. Jeez.
Hell yeah!
Oh no, hey. Sure you can go.
Enemy down!
There's like a stair somewhere, but I just jump with them. They'll let you know. It takes them a while, you know. You know what I mean?
That might take me time, isn't it?
Oh no. It takes a sweet time.
Where's Sickerhead at?
I don't know. I think he's there, like. I don't really worry about him.
Nah,
He is there, like. Yeah. I don't know. It's there somewhere. It's difficult to find.
And then maybe I confronted him. I can't remember that I did some things like that an eye up.
Is it? I
And
got
then
me.
went into the back seat of the car.
Still got the helicopter, mind. Helicopter.
Fit to fight!
Car door.
Oh, that thing, so I get the old grenade launcher and take that thing out. It's a bastard. Get that thing down there, that fucking machine thing.
Underneath it. But I couldn't see that was a
The R1. The old R1 again.
I think I said something like it's not. And then Lee called to me from the other side of the car, and he'd opened the back door and told me to come here.
Where are you, grenade launcher?
And then he moved the
Hovering at the bottom somewhere, I think. There it is.
so he could turn it back over the head of the boy, laying in the back seat of the car. And you had
That's the one.
red here, size.
Oh no, you've got to press triangle. Get it up. There we go. There we go. Lovely. I love the old grenade launcher. In times of need.
Set. Yeah,
A little pick me up like. I wouldn't have used that for that, like, no way. Hasn't got the range. You don't machine gun. No, it's the other way. The yellow dot. Oh, it's him. Yeah. Got to get him to. Yeah, but you got to get rid of that helicopter first, and then take the helicopter to the safe house. That's what to do. Yeah, got 100. You know, well, you got one. I've got 100 mag. I'll do for the helicopter, like. Just first triangle. That's it. Where's the fucker? It's my head. Annoying. Annoying this one. Hate that moving target. Really awkward. Oh no. Really done. Bomber hits. I got it.
Just in time for the
just in time, yeah. Now, yeah, get to the helicopter and then get there, like, to the left of your screen. On your map. Myself, I think.
What's that?
Hot dog myself.
Hot dogger.
What you deciding into after leaving school? We used to go away on annual holidays, fishing trips. One of my places, and so it's very, very
right.
Used to go camping down there at least every year. Yes, I did. I mentioned at the beginning of this about when fishing and shooting and other things, and the other things I kind of to go with
Hands up.
Everyone's probably there.
Making progress.
Well, it depends if you get fucking up here or not. Alright,
In a really harsh,
Deep breaths, boss.
authoritative
this side.
sergeant in the army. Help boys. They come here.
Come on, riders.
Aye, that's bad. So which one we at? The closest one. I think it's yeah. The one that says an ingenious genius, basically.
Safe extraction point has been added on the attack map.
Yeah, it's...
Over there.
No, that's not it.
Your mother had a problem with the booze? Yes.
Yeah, just go back to the game and you'll see it.
No, right, okay.
You need to go to the map. It's one of that yellows. Bastard! That's one of the yellow ones, the closest yellow one I'd say. Lying there. How far is that one? Yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely that one. Yeah, that's it, an ingenious genius, yeah. Yours no. I don't know. Thought I killed them all. For fuck's sake. It takes some killing. I don't know. Huh? On here? Nicely done. That's what you want? He's at the extraction point. You've got to go and talk to him. Back there.
Must have played him pretty well. Because he made a lot of breakpoints
Yeah.
backwards and forwards to keep these
Wherever he is there. Talk, you bastard!
Oh, that's hard to estimate exactly.
You want to tell me where Paula Madeira is?
She's a good person. What do you want her for?
I'm working with some people to take down a sector of drones. We need her help.
I heard her name when they were talking about restricted area 01. She might be there.
I have actually made trips up there where you leave photographs to
I'll go to prisoner transfer order.
And not see another vehicle for the entire rest of the trip.
And then go to resolve.
All the horror stories that I've been told.
There we go. She's been captured by
So we know where she is. My guess, she's setting those ace in the hole in the killer drone program.
Assholes! You're gonna get her, right? I don't give a shit what it takes.
Take it easy. I'll handle it.
I'm no Martha Honda.
I
know, Jesus.
We were talking about Cooper Petey, and he clammed up on me.
What's it Intel? Oh, pen. Go down in the deep up.
What's he done in the mid-60s in South Australia?
Oh, there's somewhere over there. Look. I think the Intel back here. Yeah, in there.
In the fucking...
In the farmhouse.
In the Ritz Hotel, yeah.
There's a cash in there as well. I think that.
Maintained that he'd never had any trouble with the police before he was arrested in Tasmania. Not even a speeding ticket.
It's probably nothing important, but
I'd heard some stories about an incident with some
look at the
kids
bottom
in
one.
Victoria. But I never had any hard feelings.
Doesn't
One
really
day,
matter, like,
out of the blue, he
it's
handed me
near
copy
like
of
a
the
yellow one.
parole assessment.
Yeah,
I
I'd create there.
he did this because I'm paid through the details of 12 charges against him for abduction and indecent assault on 4 boys in Melbourne.
That's a weird looking thing. You ever heard of the Snowtown murders in Australia? Jesus, oh, it's pretty bad. Like, film about it called Snowtown. Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, we'll take the hell in the chopper.
The hell in the chopper.
All aboard, the hell in the chopper.
Dusk on Mother's Day, May 1999. A lone car makes its way north from Adelaide through the desolate suburb
Oh, aye. It's good. It's pretty easy to control as well. It's a bit makes it good. Ah. You seen any yet?
Oh, there's fucking heaps of them. Like right down there. Full maps, but
yeah, down there somewhere, I think.
I was going down there.
planned from its inception. But like all Australian urban centres, it's had to succumb to the realities of 20th century life as a suburban sprawl of low-cost government housing begins to become the city.
Fine Madeira, is it?
Prospects of work in these tracks of lookalike
Got the old sniper rifle on it.
may become a breeding ground for disillusionment, despair, and inevitably crime.
Got one!
Clinton's endured a difficult family life, having lived most of his younger years in foster homes. But despite the hardship, he's grown into a young man and a happy-go-lucky attitude.
It's not just it's where he still has a military body. I remember when he got the unit and car issues. He was so excited to moving on his own.
Among the locals who befriend Clinton Tresize are Barry Lane and Robert Wagner. But his
There's intel somewhere around there.
whose leader is a dangerous psychopath.
Shit, this! Get the
We'll kill that fucking drone.
He's invited to a house in Waterloo,
Whatever it is.
in the Adelaide.
Shit.
Clinton is sitting in the lounge room when he's suddenly
Go over and pick up the metal part from it. That's it. Fucking hell. There's a helicopter right there. No, there is. Jesus. Fucking knew it.
there, no.
He's nigga. Best gun, that is it? Yeah, it's not very.
Jack of all the shit that was going on in his
Oh,
life.
maybe get up close, but it's sort of like
fucking.
the site was all over the place. Like,
Despite Cherie's claim, inexplicably, no missing persons report on Trezise is filed until his mother files one 3 years later. It will also be some years before the remains of Clinton Trezise are found, and even longer before they're finally identified, along with many other victims. The killer is a psychopath named John Bunting, a stocky man in his late 20s. He's a criminal who lives with his
terrible hatred and he didn't seem to distinguish between the two.
It's at the house in Waterloo Corner Road that Bunting first meets his neighbours.
her. Look at her. Oh, fuck off. What a pain. I don't know. It's not like you're blasting anybody. Oh, there you go, vanished.
Basically, Lane
We talked to her now.
relationship with Lane was at the stage still
Yeah, not come out with some pish.
preteen was
Oh,
13 or so
I
at the
know.
time.
Wagner and Lane become frequent visitors to Bunting's house, as does another friend, Mark
I'm looking
Hayden,
for a scientist
and
named
Hugh
Paula
Rhodes,
Madeira.
who's also fallen
Got any
under
idea where to
Bunting's
find her?
evil influence.
I don't know anything else.
All are
Thanks a million.
fascinated by
Annoying.
John Bunting's sick
Now
obsession
you've got to go to the
with
page.
cruelty and vengeance. 16th of August,
Hard
1994,
one.
and two farmers make a gruesome discovery here at Lower Light, 50 kilometres north of Adelaide. A shattered human skull
Unread
and
intels.
other skeletal remains. Police can't identify the body. It's been 2 years since Clinton Trezise's murder, and it'll be another 5 years before he's
This is a
finally
photo
identified.
centre security.
Yeah,
Hope
that's
the guy can die instantly, but I don't know.
That's
If he did,
obviously,
or whether he just went unconscious. All
where you
I
gotta
can
go,
picture
is
is my innocent brother sitting on the
Thing?
couch. So more I'm coming up and going.
I think
On the back of his head,
fancy.
going,
A lot of fancy police buildings in this game.
There is, yeah. She's near Blackburn Bridge.
She's in the R&D, yeah. Go
By
there,
the
but
time that Clinton Trezise's remains are
Wherever
found
it
in
is.
1994, John Bunting has gathered around him a larger group of social outcasts. One of these is Elizabeth Harvey, who
going on.
separated from
You
her
know?
husband Marcus Johnson.
ask a silly question, you know what I mean?
She's moved in with Bunting at Waterloo Corner
Is it-
Road, bringing with her her
Is
two
it that one there, or is it the one behind you?
and
How far is that one?
Her son's stepfather, Marcus Johnson,
Yeah, how far's that one?
was meeting
Oh, yeah, it's that one. Don't need a helicopter for that. It's less than a kilometre or so. Do you on foot?
He's getting on a bit, you know.
I know, that's true actually.
If you think you're like,
He's slowing down, isn't he?
club together and get him a fucking mobility scooter.
Yeah, yeah, I know. There's no word of a lie either. It's like, oh, I sabotage that bad boy.
Jamie Versailles is soon under the control of
Oh, fucking robot. Oh, he's in there. They are.
Suzanne Allen confronts him and she accuses him of molesting a child she knows. He protests his innocence, but Suzanne Allen goes off to report him to police. She then tells her neighbor, John Bunting. It's all the excuse the murderer needs to justify his urge to torture.
Taken into bushland and beaten before he was taken back to Bunting's house. There he was tortured further before he was strangled to death with some bullets from a used
What?
Also present is Elizabeth Harvey, who's convinced Davies is a pedophile.
Bunting took advantage of this and drove the pedophile. She picked up a cigarette tool and stabbed Davies in the leg.
Little juice carton.
Oh yeah,
it's alright. Got this. Yeah.
Nobody seems to care how or why Ray Davies has disappeared. He's not reported missing. Suzanne Allen has become obsessed with Bunting, and they begin a sexual relationship, despite the fact that he's still married to Veronica.
Oh, I got. Oh my god. Nicely done. Jesus. Oh, it was sudden, wasn't it? Jesus Christ.
Police go to Suzanne Allen's home and are disturbed by what they find.
Oh, cheers, guys. I come over now,
I know. After the action.
Alright.
Alright, definitely.
And she was a keen animal and would never leave pets alone.
Bunting and Wagner know exactly
Get
where
yourself together, man.
Eventually she was buried in the back yard of that home in
Did something useful, yeah.
There's no direct evidence of foul play.
Yeah, you're heading
Suzanne
for
Allen
the
is simply declared a missing person. Bunting
yeah,
and
that
Wagner
one.
will later
400
claim they
yards.
found Suzanne dead from a heart attack, and that they
Try to
only
find this
dismembered
Madeira
her
character.
so that they
Seems
could
been
collect
been
the
looking
Social
for
Security payments.
fucking ever.
The tangled web of relationships around John Bunting is complicated. In 1996, Bunting and Elizabeth Harvey and her two teenage sons, Troy and Jamie, moved to live in a house in the town of Murray Bridge, around 100 kilometers
Oh god, I hate it when that happens.
with Wagner. Bunting and Wagner
She's in the Black Ridge.
driven by greed and an irresistible bloodlust. Bunting constructs a chart.
It's got to be there somewhere. You know, that the R&D set.
It's a list of potential victims.
You've seen the picture of it, man.
Living some strange
It's not a small sort of building, you know what I mean? It's a fucking big fucking place. So it's got to be around here. Like.
At the center of the chart is the convicted sex offender Barry Lane, his accomplice in the disposal of Clinton Tresize's body.
That's it there, I think that's it.
By the spring of 1996,
Assuming
Bunting
that's it.
decides it's time to kill again.
Oh god, what cliff face.
Michael Gardner is a
Marvelous.
flamboyant and openly gay man. He too has had a troubled
Or is that it there?
His stepfather was
Or is that the village he just came from?
sexual orientation, and after being sexually abused by a family friend when he was 14,
That might be the place he just came from. Actually.
now, at age 19, he's coming to terms
Oh, you got a helicopter there somewhere.
rents a room in a house near
In your map, like, I might need that, like.
Michael's landlady is Nicole Zurita.
What's a helicopter doing out here? It's getting up there.
Zurita's cousin,
Ruined.
lives nearby, and she's having an affair with Robert Wagner. So, Michael Gardner soon gets to know them. One day, an incident involving one of Mills's children sparks Wagner and Vicky Mills into a rage.
No.
They came home to discover
Okay, dude, that's my tits in that way.
chasing an excited kid around the room. All very fun, except that when Gardner grabbed the kid, he accidentally put his hand over the kid's mouth. And this was seen as a sinister move by both Mills and Wagner.
When Michael's landlady, Nicole Zurita, goes on holidays soon afterwards, Wagner links up with Bunting and they attack.
It's got in for you. It's got in for you today.
Fucking hell. And take him to a shed at Bunting's house in Murray Bridge. He's tied up, tortured, and strangled.
Oh, maybe that's the R&D centre. I think it is.
As he's falling to his knees,
Yes, it is.
he stands up. The knot is getting tighter. Michael Gardner struggles ineffectually in his final moments.
I know he's a quite sadistic bloke, that
Throw
thing.
his body parts into an acid-filled barrel in the shed. Bunting and Wagner
Here goes stealth.
Zurita's house, searching unsuccessfully for Michael's wallet. Hoping to obtain his bank and ID details to access his benefits.
Right in the nuts. Oh, what a terrible time to fucking reload. It always happens that. Oh, fucking drone. Jesus Christ. What the hell is it? Mighty. Nah, you just picked that by like a blueprint.
Guys, why are you fighting over there on your arm?
Jesus. It's a bit too far away, eh? Your health's taking a beating here. Go again. Oh yeah. Just press X instead of waiting for your teammate. Fuck's sake.
Seems to have one common denominator: the convicted sex offender Barry Lane. Bunting hasn't forgotten how Lane told Veronica of Trezise's murder, and now he's fair game. Barry Lane's time is up. The killer is getting more devious. In the next attack, he will force his victim to make a tape recording and a phone call to explain his sudden disappearance in case there are questions asked by relatives or police.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Says that fucking constipated chicken.
They burst in on him and subdued him and tortured him and forced him to make a phone call to his mother in Adelaide to basically ring up and abuse her and put her off the scent.
I'm moving to Queensland.
After this call was finished, Clancy and Trevelyan renewed the assault on Lane. They used pliers to crush his toes and toenails. Some sort of warped experiment to see which was more painful. They beat him up and they finally, after gaining his financial details, they strangled him. His body was locked in the carpet and left in the house. What's happening? Before being removed and taken away and dismembered and put in a bag.
10 days after his disappearance, a female friend of Lane's reports him missing. She tells police that Lane has spoken to her about Clinton Trezize's death.
Yes, I was wrong.
She's skeptical, but she passes the story on to police.
No, you've got
But because of the bogus reporting, police believe Lane has moved to Queensland. Meanwhile, 19 years old civilian has every reason to be terrified.
Stressed as well, so. Oh, you've got to go and talk to that guy there. To the right. Straight ahead,
By late 1997, 5 people have died in the northern suburbs of Adelaide and in the town of Murray Bridge in South Australia. Their bodies are quickly bound, dismembered, and stuffed into barrels.
Interrogate.
Only the killers know of the hideous fate.
They're on us! Engage them!
Start talking to me.
Don't hurt me. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Paula Madeira. Tell me where she is.
Madeira? She's in her office.
Oh no.
Where's that?
It's in the main building behind the big bay windows. They're huge. You can't miss it.
That's it. Bagman's dead.
He soon confides in a cousin that he's been involved in one is now concerned.
Working gunner, taking aim!
Great.
I strongly believe that sooner than later, Ian will tell someone. In later, Tom's struggling.
Get it. Fucking. Yeah, you got the thing, haven't you? Yeah. Yeah, where's that? Where is that?
He despises Gavin for being a junkie. Gavin is a schizophrenic on a pension, and Bunting soon gets his
Listen up! I had one!
absolutely puts himself
Heavy forces.
Let's go, let's go.
Heavy down.
Takes him to the shed.
Where am I throwing it?
His shot is done minutes later when Buckley points to a barrel, lifts the lid, showing him the remains of Barry Lane and Michael Dunn.
What? Oh, fuck over there. I don't. Fucking hell, took 3!
I'm not having that one.
That's ridiculous.
That's BS, that.
That's BS.
It's crypto fucking bullshit.
And tape records his voice. The repulsive recordings of his horrifying torture and murder will later become known as the Voices of the Dead.
Yeah, watch out behind the big B windows of the new building.
What?
She's safe from the new residents of their forest. She's
Incoming again? Oh, what? Hey, heal. Hey, hey. Pistol comes out. He was injured. No, why?
And will willingly feed on its own, as Mike Hayden is about to find out. Hayden is married to the clinchiest of reasons. He decides he'll deal with her later. But in the meantime, Buckley targets Elizabeth Sinclair's 18-year-old nephew. Must die, simply because he's an easy target. The manipulative
Still going. Maybe it's too far away.
in this terrible night. September 1998.
We've been close to that. That was nice. How's that good dog up, boy? Right. Filled a young gap.
Young gap, man. This guy's pissing me off, isn't it?
I reckon, but it's still that machine thing. Yeah, it's up there on the roof. Blast its ass. That's it this time. There we go. Music stops. Peace and quiet now. Oh no, fuck. Spoke too soon there, like. Jesus, this fucking eye! Aye, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, there is somewhere. Yeah, maybe it's up. Could be up. There, looks of it. Is this Paula? Must be her. Finally, it must be. Please be.
Just a few weeks later, in October 1998, Bunting and Jamie Vlasakas are sitting in a car in Murray Bridge when they spot 29-year-old.
She's been extremely elusive.
Who the hell are you?
Yeah, it's her.
My name's Nomad. You were building drones for Walker and Stone?
I was arrested for protesting. They made me work. Making war machines is the last thing on my to-do list.
Yeah, well, a lot of people weren't sure what happened to you. Let's go. I'm sure more trouble's on the way.
How'd you find me?
Daigoro Ito.
Stone said the outcasts were all dead.
Not all of them. What do you know about Stone?
How should I know anything? He seemed to know Cole Walker pretty well. They were best frenemies. Know what I mean?
Frenemies.
Yeah.
That's kind of
cool. Yeah, I think I do.
Frenemies.
It is. Swing shoes. Get some niggers killed.
Including the Variac machine that was used on Fred Brooks. They enlisted O'Dwyer's financial details from him.
I just can't decide where I'd rather be. Blistering cold in this shithole or outrageous heat, humidity down in Bolivia.
Bolivia, any day of the week.
You know, I got this buddy Stone from the Red Teams. Yeah, he set up his own shop, doing contract work down in Mexico. He says down there the weather is sweet, women are soft.
And another
That was the Red Team.
body ends up in a barrel.
Retaliation team.
Now that
Super secret squirrel shit.
Somewhere in the
I thought we were super secret squirrel shit.
Not like me and Stone and the other two bruisers on his team.
To die. But it's her callous
Hang on.
that will give police a key
3
lead
targets,
and
come out of the building, 12 o'clock, they have rifles.
Of serial killings.
Ready.
325 meters.
Roger that, 325.
Hold center. Send it.
Power.
By May 1999, detectives are closing in on the gang of killers. They still have
Nice
no
headshot there.
idea of the enormity of their crimes. Incredibly, in
I
the
don't know
midst
about
of all the
contract
police
work.
phone taps
Tell
and
me that when you
constant
have 2
surveillance,
daughters headed to
the
college.
gang claims its 12th victim.
I'll leave that.
He's actually got kids in the
That
Walker.
fella's still squirming.
In Snowtown,
Bloody hell.
detectives
He
from
loves
Adelaide
company.
tell local
There's an
custody
asshole
Ian
hanging
Young
out the doorway
about
trying to
their
give him a
search for
hand.
the Land Cruiser.
Hold center.
I pulled my book out. I said, oh, yes, I can tell you where that is. And
Heat
I
shot.
explained to them that it actually had come into the town
Targets
back in
down.
late January, early February, and it actually was
Yeah, I don't know about old Mexico.
some
Me and Stone, we never got along too good anyhow.
They pricked their ears up and
Hey, you didn't fart in my rack, did you?
went on from there.
The detectives locate the Land Cruiser at the
John,
Crow's house
what's his
and
name?
find out that John Bunting is renting a disused bank building in the town.
I saw you something.
Then they went over to the bank. They let themselves in through the side door.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's been quiet. Wake me up if things get thrilling.
Immediately believed was the smell of dead bodies.
The horrified officers immediately